Okay, we're gonna unmute chat. Thanks everyone for those subs, but we're gonna get into some D&D now. I'm gonna bring down this mic. Hello everyone. Welcome out. Oh, hold on, I'm missing a couple of people off the cows. 1 sec. Last week.
Okay.
My bad, man. It didn't come up in the thing. My bad. Okay, man. Okay. Look, everything's good again now. We're all in here. How are we doing? Hello, gang. How's everyone doing?
I'm doing okay, Joe.
Good. We have a nearly full party again. Bree's sickly today, so she couldn't make it, unfortunately. But so send her your best. She's very much under the weather. What'd you say? You shan't? Well, that's kind of fucked up. That's kind of messed up.
I don't think so.
What you got against Bree?
I miss
Air it out now.
Yeah, I just miss her so much.
I don't know if that's the save you thought it was.
No, I didn't really get you anywhere.
But yeah, we miss Bree. She'll be back probably next week, I hope, because hopefully it all passes by. But otherwise, we've got a pretty much full party here. We've got some stuff on the road and some exciting stuff to get into today. So without further ado, does anyone have anything they want to shout out before we get into the Dungeons and Dragons side of today's stream?
Never.
Shout out to the new chicken that my mother-in-law gave us. It's a cockerel, the boy chicken.
Why have we done that?
He's already on the property, honey. He might as well protect Cindy.
Sam, did you not suggest a cow? Like you just established this to me.
I have one chicken left that produces eggs, and now I can't eat them because there's a cockerel in them.
That's not true.
Yeah, isn't the major issue with the cockerel just the morning scream? Is the only thing I feel like is a downside to the cockerel. Otherwise, it's good, right? It protects it from foxes and stuff, right?
When you have a 7-year-old, that's not really of consequence.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. You already have. Yeah, that's fair.
The cockerel is like this big, and Cinderblock, our chicken, is like this big, and so he's terrified of her. And I'm hoping that means that he'll learn to like respect the other hens, and we can incorporate some more hens, and he'll be a sweet boy. Because
my Sandry.
Because like cockerels can either be lovely and protect the hens, or they can be bitches and attack the hens. So I'm hoping we can just terrify him into being nice. Yeah.
A little simp cockerel. Okay, nice. Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Why did you say that?
I'm just saying, it's a little simp cockerel.
That's his whole vibe.
Who would like to do the recap today?
No.
Did I miss last time everybody played? I can't remember.
You did, Shayne. You know what?
Last time we played.
Oh,
Okay.
Shayne, thanks for stepping up, big dog.
Thank you, man.
Because I couldn't remember. Been a minute, okay?
It's a great way. Do you know what's a great way to remember it? Yeah, it's true.
He's got a little coffus waffus, he said.
Dude, I think Tomato would love to read it. He told me actually.
Fuck that, dude. Shayne's got a lot of catching up to do, okay? Spare me this bullshit, okay? Get reading, cough boy.
Shayne's sick, bro.
I do not care. I do not concern myself.
I could do it. I need the reminder of what went on. I wasn't here.
It's true.
Okay.
It's true.
Okay, so apparently, last we left off, we were on the road traveling towards Songrest to confront Chaos. There he waits for us with an enforcement of Dreadvault escapees and creatures of his own machination. On the road, we gave our word to help Vanderval in his upcoming trials, representing champions alongside him. Did we? That's nice of us. Also, we happened upon a group of Luxian priests and a soldierly half-orc leader transporting a prisoner. The captive claimed his village had been attacked by an expedition calling themselves the Spear of Victory. We freed the captive at night, enraging the clueless soldier. Oh man, now we've done it.
So I'm just getting my sound working. You have pushed into this kind of ongoing war. Subtly, you've released out the prisoner. The Luxian force, the Spear of Victory, being several thousand that have pushed up into the land without light, seemingly cutting through towns and conquering on their way there. But in your encampment, only half a dozen priests, non-combatants, a soldier, and then a couple of injured folks that Carlisle has already tended to. With the freeing of that one individual soldier, you have angered the half-orc. However, he does not realize who has done it and where this kind of like how this captive got out. Their encampment is literally adjacent to yours. It's within the same walking distance, only about 30 feet away from your
Holy shit, I
camp.
totally forgot that we had done that.
Yeah,
it's
forgot about
rough
all of
because
that.
the call we were gonna make was to kill this guy. I believe that's what Bree wanted to do as V, but they are not here.
Yes.
So I'm not sure how to rule that because I don't know whether or not we would kill them otherwise.
I'll kill him. That's
I
fine.
mean, one thing we could,
I
yeah.
assume Indrasa was like, yeah, let's kill him.
Yeah,
I just assumed
so
that.
so to give you an idea of what was learned as well, just to break out the recap, you had learned that the Spear of Victory had pushed into the north. You'd learned that they had been a fighting force of several thousand. This half-orc came into your encampment demanding by old law that, as they are representatives of Lux, they demand shelter, food, and what they need, and basic, almost not necessarily protection, but almost kind of a homestead to rest for the night. He demanded no answers to his questions or to your questions, and to leave them be to their own business. When approached, the captive inside this cell had said that they were a peacefaring town, one that was dealing with trade with Hour Till Dusk, the kind of local city nearby in the Land Without Light, when this force erupted inwards, killing everyone, killing the children, killing the elderly, killing everyone that they wanted, or capturing those that they didn't see fit. This was the son of the kind of succubus leader there, the pre-Lux kind of leader, who was in the cell, and they seemed devastated by this force from Lux. Supposedly, one thing you'd learned as well briefly is that down in the capital, that's where they're bringing them to kill them, as almost like a parade show. There are almost these new paladin orders forming, and they're kind of seeing themselves as paladins of victory. This is what the half-orc was trying to achieve by basically bringing back a captive. He was rude, kind of brushed off your group quite quickly. V and Carlisle worked together to free the captive, to get him out of there, because clearly he was an innocent, caught in a war that wasn't his asking. Now, the half-orc is over in his encampment, furiously yelling towards the priests about the fact that the captive is gone. V was in the kind of realm of wanting to do something here. We can say, for the momentary kind of almost just to help with the story flow and to avoid any confusion, it could be simply the fact that V had led that captive away from the area, helping them get away, making sure that they were safe, getting to the actual main part of the road and getting them out of there, giving you guys a good 30-minute gap where V is absent and all hell's breaking loose, as this kind of person has realized the captive's got out. With that being said, you can hear the yelling coming from across the other camp. How dare you! Where are they? Find them now! You can hear these kind of priests getting orders barked towards them. What are you guys doing collectively?
How many people are there? How many priests?
There
and
were,
whatever?
in total, there's 2 injured. There's 2 injured who are out of commission, soldiers. You've got 1 half-orc soldier who looks fine. He's in his kind of fineries, his plate. And then 4 priests, I believe. Let me double check. Yeah, 7 in total, 2 injured, the half-orc, and then 4 priests. They're kind of non-combatants. They're more kind of people that would go around spreading the word of it, vocalizing the kind of the word of Lux, as opposed to getting involved in the fights. Fanatics.
What day is it? Is it daytime, nighttime?
Nighttime. Middle of the night.
Nighttime.
Or early night.
We snuck him out under cover of night.
Mm-hmm.
While homie was asleep. Had we discussed being well, if this guy starts shit, then we have a right to defend the camp, right?
Yes, we discussed that. If I remember correctly, my Carlisle said that he would help V, like he would stop this guy.
Yeah.
So regardless of V leaving, I think Carlisle's plan is to stop this guy.
You were basically like, if you feel like you need to kill this guy, like I'll back you up. I'm there.
So I feel like if V left, then Carlisle would do that for them.
Okay.
Where is everyone in relation to
Good question.
this encampment?
Morane is not there. Morgane's in a tent.
Yeah, I think this was just I mean, we knew that they were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
We were all in telepathic bond.
That's right.
Yeah, we established that. So I think Carlisle would have relayed V's wishes, or at least his intentions off of V's wishes. But I think he would probably let some of this play out because it's a lot better of a look if this guy starts whatever happens next.
Yeah. Okay, so then we all know what's going on. We know that this guy successfully got out.
Yeah.
And I think I had said that I was sort of hovering on the edge of town. I think. Unless that was earlier. God.
I think
you were
forget.
close. I remember you being close.
Yeah.
Because you'd got in close, Carlisle, to free the person. The guard was pacified, if I believe, right? He was.
Yeah.
Was it via the sleep spell, or was it via?
We used the sleeping herbs that Carlisle has for
in the tea. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Tea, yeah.
Wait, sorry, why was the guy captive?
You'd learned he was being taken down to be
Religious crimes.
executed in the city, essentially as a means of like a trophy kill.
Sure. So it was just crimes against the Luxian religion, nothing specified.
What you'd learned is the Spear of Victory is a expedition
He's a
force of several
succubus,
thousand.
gross.
Yeah, they're a force of
Who's
several thousand who are pushing into the unconquered land. So it's seems to be just a prisoner of war.
Yep.
You can hear the half-orc kind of steps outside. He wanders over, and you can hear this kind of shouting towards this priest. He would grab hold. Who's in vision of seeing what's happening in their camp? Is anyone in eyesight, or are you kind of all staying in your one?
What distance would we have to?
Only
It's
about 30
nighttime.
feet away from your camp is their kind of camp. They're kind of just literally stationed just outside. There's a small kind of grass knoll in between you guys. Your campman and their one.
I assume I would probably be able to see.
Give me a perception check, just because you'll be looking through like past tents.
Can I use my lens?
Absolutely, you're gonna do it with sight,
So that I
hearing,
so
or...
that I can. I'll use hearing because I want to hear what he's saying.
Okay. You can put it there. That won't need a perception check, but I'll give you visuals alongside with it if you give me a perception check. I'll give you an advantage on that because you're already hearing the conversation. You can kind of almost fill in the gaps if there's any like wavering shadows or whatnot.
A 15.
15's good enough. 15's a good roll. It's not trying to be subtle. It's just you kind of looking through and kind of, picture up in it without standing out in the open. You can see as the half-orc steps up towards the priest that's sleeping, he just lifts him up and he forces him up against the cage and he kind of shakes him awake. The priest back, I don't know what's going on. You damn fool. That was ours to take down to the capital. And you see him just like punch him across the jaw and you can see his blood kind of forming on his lips. He goes, I need you to find him now. Go! And he throws him down to the ground. You see this guy scammering, and he rushes off, grabbing anything he can, and kind of scummers back over towards his tent area, and kind of grabs a small, almost like a bludgeoning kind of mace, and it kind of just washes off into the out into the road, looking around. A couple of the other priests are going that way as well. You see the half-orc kind of steps up. He looks across the lock. Because you used thieves' tools, right?
Yeah.
Noticing that the keys weren't used or stolen, he wanders back over towards your camp.
Joe, if he starts wandering towards the camp, I think what Carlisle would try to do actually is, if it's possible, do a sleight of hand or survival check. I think he wants to try to make a noise in the woods to try to lure this guy away from the camp.
Nice.
Yeah. What kind of noise are you trying to make?
I think he would try to essentially like some kind of branch, like a dead branch, something that would like fall and sound
Someone's
like
running
someone
away.
bumped into
Like-
something while
yeah.
running away from something.
Okay. Yeah. Do a. I'll give you. This is gonna be a dexterity performance check because it's kind of you're mimicking the sound whilst also trying to lower across.
Okay. So that would be a +5 to that instead of 1. So that'd be a 17.
18, right? Oh, 17. Yeah, 17. He stops. I'll roll for him. He immediately stops. Goes and grabs his axe and rushes off straight towards where the sounds come from. You see him he ignores the camp entirely. He realizes he could get in there. He goes in there and you can see he's almost got the
While he's approaching, Carlisle is going to hide.
Go for a stealth check. You see on his belt, he's holding off this kind of almost like this almost like it is like a cludgeon. It's almost like a prison that's kind of cludgeon, but it seems to have this kind of almost like electrical current that goes down the side of it. With a 27
note,
good.
I would also make sure everybody knows that the guards and everyone has left their camp now.
Carlisle would convey where he is and that what he plans to do to this guy.
Yeah, you can see him kind of rush through. He's not stealthy himself. He's thinking he's going to get he's fast. He's on the approach. He's going to push us through the tree line, holds his axe in one hand, looks around. You won't get far. I know you're out here. You're going to step through. You're hiding. I will show mercy.
Yeah, Carlisle's gonna shoot at him. As soon as he's deep enough into the woods that it doesn't seem to him that there would be a chance of anyone else seeing it or hearing it, he's gonna shoot at him.
Yep, you have advantage.
With an arrow.
He can't see you.
That's a 19.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do full sneak attack, but then I'm also going to add every charge of my bow into it as well. Which is going to
Holy
add
shit.
another 5d8 radiant damage to the hit.
Okay.
So that's going to be a initial 22 damage.
Okay.
And then another 5d8, another 29 on top of it.
Do you want to describe how you kill him?
I
Holy
think
shit.
this is the first time Carlisle's used this bow, and it is very much 1 second he is there, and then a radiant light, and there is just dust where a person used to be.
I like that. That's good. You fire this arrow, and there's just this. All he sees is like a flashing light for a second. His body's burst. Not even like a gasp gets out of him. The whole camp would just see a slight flash, like a firework going off. And silence. But quiet. No sound to come with it. Like seeing the flash of thunder, or lightning without the kind of sound of thunder. And all you see is this kind of just pile, almost just ash, crumbling kind of skull of the half-orc is just almost in there, the cheekbone carving in. Completely obliterated. Practically no sign left of this person.
All right, it's taken care of, Carlisle will say over the telepathic bond.
Holy shit, that was fast.
Yeah, it was honestly the first time I've used this bow like that.
Morane, do you want to walk over with me? We'll sort of feign some concern.
Do people that have telepathic bond know who else is in on it?
Good question. I imagine it's good question. Let me look at its wording. It does. It links all of you guys. And it is willing creatures. I would say probably yeah. You'd understand who's in there because it's willing.
Okay. You'd understand that Morane isn't in the telepathic bond right now.
Okay, never mind. Then we have guards around the outside edge of the camp.
Yeah.
I think Tack would just tap whatever guard was closest and say, "Let's see what's wrong."
Yeah, you see a couple on a dwarf and a human. They kind of on the heads, and they start wandering off into the woods with you.
Yeah, we'll walk over to where their camp is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Tack will do the whole like song and dance of like, everything all right? Hello? You know, like
one of the priests comes over and he's kind of just trying to tighten up his belt after waking and goes,
what's happened?
a captive is free, the dangerous individual. We just do not panic. We just let the military mind on this matter will find him. We will, if you see anything, capture him at all costs. It's a matter of lux.
We weren't told anything about the prisoner. What do we need to know to keep our camp safe?
They're a dangerous, devil kind creature, very dangerous, manipulator of minds, and they could transform into anything. We believe capable of all sorts. Just do not panic. It's likely that they are fearing us, as they fear the radiant light that burns through our very souls, seeking to find any shadow to hide their sins in.
Have any of you been injured? Is there any way that we can assist you?
None to my knowledge. You, Aga. You see another one of the priests there, kind of a dwarf. Yes. Have we have any injuries? No. They seem to have run. We find at this moment, like I said, this creature is a coward. We'll find this craven, and we'll bring them back into justice.
I understand. I'll leave you to your duty then.
Yes, of course. Fine out. Search the area. You can see there's heading outward. Taking torch, kind of lighting as they go out.
Yeah, go back to our camp then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Carlisle also quietly returned back to the camp. Unless, actually, if no one came towards that pile of ashes, I think Carlisle would search it to see if anything, like any identifying things were on this corpse or the remains of this guy.
Also, if there is a little skull left, maybe we should.
Yeah, he might get rid of the evidence. Actually, I think he's gonna scatter this evidence. Is what he's gonna do.
You definitely can. There's only gonna be one thing. Playing off of what you described it as, we're gonna say anything non-magical just got fucking roasted away and burnt away. Maybe some of the plating is still there, just like singed on the ground. Portions of it, like in the undercloth, is all just burnt away, but this kind of burned kind of metal is left there among the skull. The only thing you'd actually find is a small kind of like bludgeoning mace. And that's magical. That hasn't been harmed in any way. You'd be able to kind of pick that up, keep hold of that. But the other portions of it, you can scatter, bury, anything you like.
Okay. Yeah, he'll put the bludgeon into the bag of holding and then scatter everything else and head back then.
Cool. Yeah. It's probably going to pass by like a couple hours if you guys want to do anything in that time before anyone ever approaches you again. So just interrupt me if you do have any ideas of what you do.
Yeah, Morane the reason Morgane's not going to tell about the bond is because she would be contacting her patron in her tent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that then.
Okay.
You are in your tent. You want to describe how you kind of perform this ritual? How do you contact?
Yeah. She basically sits cross-legged, removes her sword and like places it on her lap, and then we'll just kind of meditate until she like feels the presence of the light, the familiar light.
And the darkness coming towards you like a campfire that's ever gleaming closer. This radiant glow just shaping around a silhouette that's kind of burnt out. It doesn't seem like it has like legs or arms this form, but it does have almost this shielding kind of light that kind of glimmers and comes towards you. It stops only feet away from you, kind of illuminating the area, illuminating your entire body. You can always see your own outline in this kind of illumination. Like you're the only shadowed thing here. You feel the presence, kind of a waiting question.
My lord, I seek wisdom.
The voice kind of booms in your ear. Wisdom?
Yes.
Of what kind?
When I took my Vault Warden oath, I felt like it was a boon unlike any other. That sharpened my sword, rendered my words righteous. But my worldview has begun to unravel. I harbor doubts about the purity of my oath, and that it is the only answer. I see the way others cling to the oaths they have made devoid of honor, and I fear I may soon find myself unaligned.
The oath has been tainted. The voice kind of almost ripples. You are leading the correct path. One that many others have failed to do. What is it that you seek?
Capacity to render mercy. Capacity to weigh decisions and not confine innocence to turmoil of the vault.
And what makes
And
you
in the same
struggle?
breath, I question if some should even be there, should be allowed to live for the horrors they have done.
Such is the weight of justice, deciding when a life should be forfeit or spared. Many of those inside the vault deserve to be there. Many deserve worse. But you must have heard the rumor by now. The very depths of my vault destroys the very fabric of the minds of those who deserve it. Is that not justice?
Yes, it is. I am finding fault with the justice of others.
Then perhaps it is those you should be adjudicator over. You are one of my most promising knights. Perhaps the order needs change. And perhaps those who have judged too long shall be judged by one who has seen the truth in many a matter. Perhaps their ill decision shall be yours to correct.
She'll just lower her head in approval and wait for the light to fade again.
You see as it kind of shimmers down, slowly lowering, almost like a candle burning out. Until it fades. And you feel the cold air outside kind of shifting against your tent. You're alone again.
Okay.
A couple hours after the death of the orc, the same priest that you had spoken to, Tak, comes seeking you out in your camp. Wandering over to you, says, we have not been able to locate the escapee, though we've also lost sight of Arcoil, our knight-to-be.
Your leader.
Have any of your encampments seen him?
I'm not sure. It's a big camp, but I can ask around.
We would appreciate that. We are in search of him and we worry for the worst.
But when did you see? Well, I suppose we heard him earlier, didn't we?
Yes.
Is everyone else accounted for?
Yes. He kind of just wanders to the side and just waits.
Sure. Yeah. Tack will say to one of the guards, make the rounds, please, and see if any of the guards have seen sight of him, you know.
Mm-hmm. The guards kind of come around, asking around for the next 15 minutes, and by the time they come over to you again, one of them says, one of the night watch and also a couple of the members of the camp saw him rush over into the woods that direction. An hour or two ago. He had axe in hand.
Suppose. Do you need assistance? Do you want help looking?
The priest, Baz said, any assistance you can give us to search, of course we would take it. Like I said, this is a matter of lux. Therefore, all of us, law-abiding folk of the South. If you can muster up a force, perhaps we get your entire encampment awake. Torches in hand, search the entire area. If it takes all night, or week.
Keep in mind that these are normal people, and they are under our care. So our first priority is keeping them safe, as you've made it clear that this person is very dangerous, correct?
Correct, but if a few lives must be lost in search of this creature, then a few lives must be lost.
I understand your priorities. I'm making clear what mine are.
Roll a persuasion.
I will see who's willing to help. Okay. $26.
He kind of nods his head, realizing kind of he's out of his depth. Any volunteers would be commended for their bravery, of course. We will speak volumes of them when we get back to the capital.
Feel free to get started. Anybody who is willing to come and help will join you.
Yes, of course. Come. And they kind of wander off into the tree line to find whatever remnants of Alcor, but they have no idea that he's gone. So they're just going to wander into that tree line and search in the woods nearby. Carla, I want you to do where did you hide the body? Why do you hide any of the remnants?
I think Carlisle would have certainly dispersed all of the ashes for sure. And then I think for now he would have hid any of the remaining parts. Frankly, probably would have put them in his bag of holding because that would be the easiest way to get rid of them completely without any suspicion.
In that case, it's an impossible check for them to find any remnants. They're not going to find ashes. So they would scurry out and just start to search in the woodlands. They'd be going out far. They're also not looking for ashes. They're not expecting... if they expect an Alcor to be dead, they're expecting to find a body. So they scan out and try and search the woods nearby, but to no avail.
Okay.
Do you actually gather anyone, Tack, or is it a case of just let them be?
I mean, Tack definitely wouldn't bother anybody with it, I don't think.
Yeah. So they just,
you know, they'd walk away. They'd make a show of being like, I'm gonna go ask some people.
Yeah.
You know,
with your persuasion check,
like we all know that we're not finding this person. Yeah. They're all gone. It's over.
They wouldn't return until morning comes to get rest. And by that point, your camp could start moving on with no obligation to remain behind. Is there anything you do for the rest of the night, or are you planning on heading out in the morning?
I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, we'd just continue as normal, wouldn't we?
Yeah, makes sense. In which case, you'd be leaving that kind of campsite behind, allowing the priests to kind of be lost in their own search, not sure of what they're going to be doing next, but one thing's for certain, they're not finding that half-orc. You would journey northward across the road, continuing your way, undisturbed by the presence of them anymore, with the intention of closing on Song Rest. You do have a few things you can do along the road as well. For you and Dresser, you can also roll your scrolls if you miss that. So you'd be able to get a few days of scrolls. If you'd like to do those now, you can do. Or we can do it between sessions. Up to you.
I don't know how many days is it.
It's technically been about a week and a half. So you'd get a bunch. If you want to should we just do the off? Let's do the rolls off thingy, because otherwise it's probably going to be about 12. But I'll do this though. If there's any particular, if you want to do a couple, we can do it and notify them down. For example, if you were like, I'm probably going to use some of those scrolls in the next session, then let me know. Otherwise, we can do the big roll off stream. Unless you would, if you're planning on bursting into some scrolls.
I guess it depends on what she gets, right? I don't know. Let's do a couple.
Okay, let's do a couple.
An 8, a 1, and a 20.
An 8, a 1, and a 20. And just going off of what I remind myself, that will give you what?
Is a 1d4.
Okay, give me the 1d4.
That's a 1.
Okay. So give me, because that's going to be spell levels of 1, level 1. Give me a D50, please.
$26.
26. You get a scroll of entangle. All right, do you want to do the second one?
Nothing happens. It's a 1.
Oh, nothing happens with 1, and then the nat 20 gives you a...
It's my choice.
Your choice.
So I will take a look at that as we keep going.
Okay, works for me. All right, in which case, yeah, you, as you're kind of building up your library as you go along the road, your intentions, I believe, were to try and get closer to Song Rest and then do help Vanderval. Am I correct in that?
We wanted to do Vanderval before we did Song Rest, yeah.
Done.
Okay. In which case, you...
I like that we say that so casually as though this hasn't been established as something very dangerous.
Yeah, we're gonna be fine. As long as we don't worry about it, everything will be okay.
Oh, if we worry, then it gets fucked up.
If we start to stress, then we realize that it's life or death,
Yeah, sure. Okay.
You would be heading along the road. At one point, you'd be able to kind of approach Vanderval, and he would say to you, okay, my friends. Come to my attention with the kind of last ones to accept and begin this challenge. The others are waiting on us. There's no rush if we want to take another week or two, maybe another 3 weeks, maybe another 4. I'm just a little stressed out. I'm not sure how this is going to go down.
Well, waiting longer isn't going to make the worry go away. It's going to make it worse.
True. Well, I just have to kind of tell them I'm ready, and then they'll send a representative, and the lessons of Oromodo will begin. It's trials.
Would I have had enough time to make a scroll?
Yeah.
Go to the library. In the book.
I imagine she probably would have been spending most of her time in there anyway. I think in which case she would produce a scroll. Master Vanderval, are you able to use, whatever?
Oh, yes.
Wave scroll. So, I feel like this might be one that you don't necessarily have in your repertoire, dear. So hopefully you'll find it useful.
I will say this, by the way, as well. I'm playing off the rules that non-casters can cast scrolls. they'll be based off a kind of a flat line DC if they non-cast, or as it goes off your DC. So pretty much anyone can use a scroll if they're taught to read it. If it's made by you as a wizard. He goes.
She still says that.
What spell is it?
Take a look, dear. And
He takes it.
she hands him a scroll of summon possibility.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay.
Which I don't believe we've used yet.
I don't believe we have.
So, for folks who wouldn't know what that is, which is everyone because it's a homebrewed spell, it is an action. The range is 60 feet, and it is a concentration spell for 1 hour. You call forth an alternate reality version of yourself. It manifests in an unoccupied space that you can see within range and uses the alternate self stat block. When you cast this spell, choose the creature's form, expert, devout, or warrior. The alternate resembles the form that you pick, which determines the certain details and stat block. Creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. The creature is an ally to you and your allies. In combat, the creature shares your initiative count, because it's a possibility of you. But it takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys your verbal commands, no action required by you. If you don't issue any, it takes the dodge action.
Yeah, it's one of those a new summon ones.
It's a reality version, yeah.
He looks at us. Oh, shit. That's a naughty spell to have around. You shouldn't be giving that out, but I appreciate it.
He just sort of winks.
He kind of tucks it into his belt.
Speaking of giving things out, have we established what items of your shop we're going to be bringing in to help us with these challenges and the like?
I forgot about that. Okay, I mean, it's up to you which one. I mean, I suppose.
Keep in mind that if we fail, we're all dead.
Yes, I understand that. I'm okay with whipping out a few of them. I can use my hat of many spells. The middle of life trapping, I don't know if that will ever come up. I've got another few things. The healer's voice. I've got a mantle of spell resistance. I've got Raven's feather. I've got a ring of resistance. I've got ring of free action. A few other little small things.
God, whenever he lists his fucking spell inventory, I'm reminded that we don't give a shit about anything he's fucking selling ever.
Yeah, he needs to refresh it
every time.
Yeah, from the next big stop. Okay. I recognize that this is a big deal, and this is going to be really bad. See, the thing is that the other three, Genasi apprentices, have probably practiced every school of magic up to a pretty moderate level. I'm good at 2 schools of magic. Transmutation and procrastination, because I meant to get around to it. I'm willing to let you guys eat upon the fruit of vitality.
All right.
That's it. All right. I mean, look, I get it. You help me out.
Well, I don't know if I assumed you had more you were going to say.
I mean, okay, yeah, just one of the rarest fruits of all kind. You just got to give me an all right. Okay.
Well, I thought you were going to say more after that.
You're welcome.
That's very generous of you to let us eat upon the fruit of vitality.
Absolutely.
Carlisle doesn't remember what it does.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm trying to. I know it was
in
expensive.
character now. I don't remember what it does. I don't think Carlisle would commit it to memory because it seemed like a joke from the very beginning to him in character.
Yeah. He kind of notices that about you. You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? You have no idea.
How much expensive? I know it's expensive, and that was enough for me to forget about it.
You know why it's so damn expensive? Do you know what I had to give to get that thing? I don't even remember. I had it before.
Well, that makes 2 of us, I guess.
I took it over from Oromodo's. It was.
You're still, don't you remember?
When. Well, I do. I don't really
Do
remember.
you tell us then again, like it was the first time we're hearing it?
Well, first of all, let me tell you where it came from. When that
Excellent.
little Vitality fellow, the sun child, died and their body became that.
Was he short?
I don't know. I don't know
You
what
said
they
little.
were. But I do know this. That the tree grew from the roots of that very spell kind of, what do they call it, the little sunwell thing. That fruit that bore on that tree is extremely rare. An alchemist, transmuter, such as myself, puts it at the highest value. It is segmented into 6 pieces. Above board, it does the following. If you were to eat one piece, you can choose who eats what. You can separate it so each of you has a piece. You can give more than one piece to someone, etc., etc. One piece, one segment of the fruit gives you a maximum of 1. It increases your maximum HP by 1d12 plus 3 permanently. 2 segments will also give you Radiance of Vitality. As a free action, you can emit a 5-foot radius of light from your body and gain immunity to all diseases. 3 segments on a single person also gives you the Traits of Vitality. Your subrace will change to Sunblood. You gain the traits of an ASMR associated with Vitality. Once per dawn, you're able to cast Aura Vitality spell with Constitution, Intelligence, Wisdom, or Charisma as your spellcasting ability for that spell. 4 segments. Wings grow from your body, giving you a flying speed of 30 feet and resistance to radiant damage. 5 segments to one person. Permanently makes your body become stronger. Your Constitution score becomes 20. If it's already 20, you gain a +2 to the ability score up to a maximum of 22. And if you eat all 6 segments, you get all of the above. And if you die, your spirit is stored inside the Lux Well and will be revived in 1d100 months. Alternatively, you can be targeted by resurrection spells if they are cast on the Lux Well to bring you back sooner. Your body reincarnating itself is successful. So he goes, it's only the rarest fruit of all kind. And quite frankly, I'd rather you guys eat it and get to see what it does. And I suppose die knowing it's just going to waste away in the shop.
Well, above board, there's only
What's that,
2,
please?
like there's a certain ratio that makes sense, and it's either everyone does 1 or one person does quite a few.
Yeah, I
because
think
2
we
seems
feed
useless.
one person like all of it.
Can you post it, please?
I'll show it to players. Here you go. Can you see it?
No.
It didn't pop up on the screen?
No.
Yes.
Oh,
Can you see it at the top of your list now?
I saw it when it popped up. Yeah.
Should be top of the journal list. Fruit of Vitality.
I still see note left on bed at the top.
No, left on
see
bed
a
is
note
top of
on
the
That's
list.
what I see too.
Okay, one sec.
This thing's not real.
Now.
Wait a minute, he's been making this up the whole
Yeah,
time.
now we see it.
Now you see it.
I mean, the thing is either we do 1 to everyone or one person gets. Honestly, I think 6.
5 and then 1.
I think 5 and 1 is better than someone taking 6.
Agreed.
If we had to choose a large segment, I think 3 and 2 are useless. 5 is 20 Constitution's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. That would set someone up to be
It's
ridiculous.
good for everybody.
Yeah. I don't know. I honestly think I don't feel great about making a call on what we do with it without Bree here. So I think
Yeah,
Especially-
that's hard.
take it
Especially
and
because
wait till later.
the 4
Yeah, one
segments
of them,
flight
it
thing
would
was
make
something
sense.
that Bree was interested in.
So I think that we take the fruit, we'll hang on to it, and I
Can
mean,
use
it
it
sounds
in
like
the
we can
trials.
eat it in the middle of a trial if we need
It's
to.
a potion. It can be
So,
bonus action consumed. So,
Yeah, we'll hold on to it.
okay.
Even just, dude, what up to 15 possible max hit points for everybody is also just fucking crazy.
Unless you roll the 1 on that D12, and then you probably feel
Yeah,
pretty lame.
And then you're a fucking
dude.
absolute bozo, dude.
Holy shit.
I can bring it with us in a little small case, just in case you need a step me up.
I think that'd be good. Yeah, I could hold on to it as well if you're worried that we might need it in the middle of a fight or something, and I don't want you to get caught in the crossfire.
All right. What about any of my other useful items? You don't like those?
But you haven't got any new ones, dear. We didn't buy the old ones on purpose.
Well, some of them
is there a
classic.
list of them? Is there a list anywhere?
You should be able to
shop in the
scroll down
Venable
Available
shop.
Shop, yeah.
I only caught a few. Okay.
So you should be able to see them now.
I mean, how much mileage can we get out of the sovereign glue, though? You know, that's what I'm wondering, because we got this big bottle of legendary glue here that makes stuff so sticky that it can't be undone ever. And I feel like if we do that to anyone in this challenge and we just glue one of the other combatants to the floor, we basically win the whole thing. So what's going on with the glue?
Oh, so you want all my things that can be... Look, I thought you were borrowing stuff, not using up all my stuff.
All I'm saying is
okay.
that if I can, I'm a sneaky guy, and if I can get behind one of those other competitors and I can glue them to the floor, then they are not participating in any more magical trials.
I mean, that's true. But,
I have a question.
Yeah?
What color gem is in the Ring of Resistance?
Good question. Let me see. I don't know if I actually wrote that down, or if I did it, I don't remember where I put it. So
It's on a D10, right? You just roll a D10.
I'm just gonna say you get to roll a D10. You can roll it right now. Let's see.
It says the GM determines randomly.
Yeah, but I'm allowing Sam to determine randomly. It's more fun.
I'm blind, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, he's just trying to not have.
You got detect magic. You got detect magic. You know.
It would be white. It would just be
what
white.
do you detect?
It would be white. It wouldn't
What
detect
kind
anything.
of game are you playing, man? What's going on right now?
All right, I'm rolling. 5.
Lightning.
Okay.
Master Vanderbilt, question.
Yes.
What kind of casters is everyone else? What are they good at? Are they all just wizards? Are they...
So, I mean, it's kind of... No one's a wizard, technically. We're all kind of sorcerer and base. I mean, we're kind of naturally attuned to magic. We're trained like wizards, I suppose, but we have a natural attunity to magic. Here's the problem. Everyone else is kind of everything.
All right, and what? Sorry, go ahead, dear.
Well, I was just going to say, I mean, I think some of them have specialities a little bit, but the whole point of what Oromodo sent us out to do was to go and learn the 9 primary schools of magic.
What if they had badges? What sort of badge would they have?
I would say that Diarisha, as the kind of the more tough one, she likes to do things a little bit more distractive. She's better at evocation. Chester Mock, he's a bit more of a defensive fellow, more insecure. Abjuration. Thessariv, she probably specializes best in divination.
Right. And are they quite a bit stronger than us, or sort of... Yeah, I can cast a 5th level spell, is what I'm saying. How much?
I think they're a little bit further along than that. Probably not too much, though, because they have to learn as much as possible. But you have to bear in mind that the 4 of us have been technically sent out for hundreds of years.
Yes. She sort of pats his arm a little bit. Do you know, I was thinking, I mean, it's probably not a good idea because of where it came from, but... also, if they're more sorcery, sorry, back it up, Indrasa. What, are the terms exactly of this duel, this fight?
It's not a
What
duel.
if someone was
It's trials.
What if... Okay, sorry, what's the term of these trials? What if someone's not dead, they're just sort of trapped forever somewhere, let's say?
I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen on the other side. Oromodo just said that we have to learn all the schools of magic to the best of our ability, and we're all going to be put to a challenge, and then the only person to win that challenge gets to become his permanent apprentice.
It's not necessarily, not everybody else necessarily has to die in order for someone to win.
No, I mean, maybe. That's part of the
What's
mystery. The
wrong?
idea was, well, no, but this is the point of it. We weren't told. His
I
own,
bet you feel quite foolish in this moment, right? Because you just sort of studied one thing and then procrastination, which isn't really a study, you just sort of come to it naturally. Whereas everybody else has been studying this whole time and probably quite understands these trials.
well, I mean, they have the same capabilities with trials, I suppose. It's just they're probably a bit
I'm sure
more.
they've got more because they've studied more. Anyway,
Well,
what I was thinking is
let me make it clear.
Do-
Oromodo's given me the same information as them. It's just that I didn't really do my look. We're all going into
Right,
this
but they've
exam.
done their
I'm just
homework.
yes,
Right.
I'm unprepared.
Yes, so
That's where you come
That's
in.
what I'm saying. So they don't. Right. Anyway, where I was going with all this is it might be a fun idea to take the mirror of life trapping, but of course you probably don't want to do that given where you got it from. That might be sort of. I assume Oromodo is sort of watching the trial, but it would be quite useful if you could just sort of.
Yes. Okay. I mean, I'm perfectly. I'm willing to bring it. I mean, look, it's either we come out of there with everything or we come out of there with nothing. If you want to hold on to it,
they're
you can.
quite. They have to be susceptible to it, which I'm not sure they are if they're not. Anyway.
Maybe not.
Also, again, perhaps you don't want to show that group that you've got it.
I'm sure we'll do fine.
Are you?
You're the six. I mean, everyone else is relying on themselves. They would have got other helpers and kind of.
What if they have a 6 or a 5 or something or a 7?
They might have adventurers, but I wouldn't fucking heard of them.
Yeah, well, it ain't gonna matter once I glue all their feet to the floor, all right?
I
I'm
just-
looking at the glue now. He's really thinking about it.
I'm willing to allow you to hold on to the glue with the guarantee that I'll get it back at the end. But
Oh,
How
yeah.
would you get it back at the end if
well,
it
that's
was
the thing.
used during the
Only
fight?
in the most
You'll
dire
get whatever's
situation.
left if I use any of it
I
during
just-
the trials.
Look, if we suddenly fight a bugbear, I don't want you gluing the bugbear down, okay? Do you know how expensive that glue
I'm
is?
not
it's
gonna, I'm
economical
not
and,
gonna
like,
glue a
the
bugbear to the ground, all right? But
Dire
a glue-
situations
It's the
only.
most efficient thing to do. Of course you would.
There's a chance we just go into these trials and they're really damn easy and we just win.
Oh, really damn easy against 3
Well,
people who've been studying all the schools of magic
Wow.
this whole time,
Yeah.
not playing shopkeep.
I mean, you know,
I
how
don't
good
think
can
they're
they
going to
be?
be that easy, because if everyone passes them, then they're going to have to keep on doing tiebreakers.
That's a good point, I suppose. Ah, shit.
How many trials are there? Sorry.
I don't really know. I haven't really said. I mean, I assume
Us signing
9.
up for 2 months of fucking trials.
We're assuming there are 9.
Or it's just one great
for
trial,
each.
you know, where
One
everything comes
great
up.
trial.
That would be really convenient. Because I'll just do transmutation.
What you... So if there's just one trial, then we can all sit back and you'll just take care of
No.
it, is what you're saying.
No,
you
no,
don't
no,
have to do
no,
anything.
no. I don't want to
Is
die.
Richard coming?
No, I need someone to man the store. That little bastard will get in the way. Unless you think I should bring him. In which case I'll get Jelixia to man the store.
Oh,
Of course I quite remember, but just humor me. What
Yes.
exactly was the message you were given about the trials starting soon? Coming
I just
soon?
have to kind of, I mean, we've all agreed now, we've all set up our kind of our groups and whatnot. I was the final one to do that. Word has it that I'm the last one to accept the start time. They're basically waiting on me.
And then we all can come in.
Yes,
It
we all
might be a
signed
trial
up.
to the death for you, or for it's not necessarily. We don't know, and there might be some trials or just one.
Yes.
This is what you know.
The whole point of this is that we're meant to go into the unknown. Because a good wizard should know how to deal with every situation. But,
Yes, no, that's absolutely correct. But again, you know how to put it off.
Yes, I thought I could just live out a few hundred years and, put it till later and work it out then. In all honesty, I thought Oromodo might get bored. It might never come up. It has. So, I just say, bring your best in. We'll see what we can do. If it goes wrong, oh well. It's been a good life.
Bring our best in.
Your best
That's
selves.
just us. We're already our best. Not technically, no one really. I don't know that any of us, no offense, everybody has really reached their full potential yet, but of course we are quite good.
Maybe quite good's enough. I'm shitting myself. I don't know what on the other side of that thing. And quite frankly, I'm not really ready to die.
Oh, wait, sorry, I know what I forgot. Which is weird, because I don't forget anything. But let's say I did.
Okay.
What if you win? What do we get?
A wish?
We all get a wish.
No, it's my wish.
Each one of us.
But I will...
Then what do I
Okay,
get?
so what do we get?
The wish that he is insisting he can somehow bear with us. Is that...
Master Vanderbilt, dear.
What?
You win, and you get a wish. What do the
Yes.
6 get?
I'm including you in the wish. I wish the 6 and I get something or other. I haven't decided yet. I mean, we have to see how it goes down.
Lifetime discount can't hurt.
Well, how
We
does
already
that
covered
benefit
that as
me?
well.
Yeah.
Well, if you have a wish, how does it hurt you?
I just said.
We already established he's going to give us a discount. That was
Yes,
part
I
of that
already
was
did
part
establish
before the
it.
wish.
Yes, I
you're
did.
Yes,
going
it
to-
certainly was.
No offense, Master Vanderbilt. I don't know if I quite believe. So you're just going to phrase the wish in a way that, what if you wish for something and we don't want it? It's a group project wish.
Just tell me what
What
you
else
want.
do we
I don't
get?
know. Look, I don't know how to prove myself to anymore. I've laid it all on the table. Okay? I'm scared. I don't know what's about to happen. Quite frankly, I don't care about some wish. I just want to live. I couldn't care if I
Did you know
worded
what
in
you
a
were
way
going
that
to
just
wish
helps
for?
you. No.
Did you know what you would have wished for without all of us?
Androssa, put the wish out of your mind for a moment. He
don't
doesn't
actually
have
care
anyone
about
else
it. I
to
want
help
to know-
him, and he'll die if we don't.
Right. I don't.
He's our
that's not the
friend.
part-
We should help.
That's not the part I care about. Did you think about it at all? Did you have like a plan?
No, because quite frankly, I didn't think I'd win. In fact, when I left Oromodo to go and study everything, I thought I'd just deal with whatever comes later. And now that it's here, all I can think about is the fact that I wish I'd done more. So, if I had one wish right now, it'd be, I wish I'd never fucking signed up for this shit. But here we are. The wish is yours. I don't care. I mean, if I can benefit out of it, great. But I'm not even sure we're going to make it that far.
Of course we will, dear. If we go in, we're going to. It's not. Come on.
If we get a wish, Master Vandervold,
Yeah.
then it is yours, not ours. Lord knows it might take the power of a wish for that freedom you seek.
Let's cover that when we get there. I'll,
Also, I want these. She's going to point at the bands of found and lost.
okay. Yeah. All right.
Put one on.
Okay. He kind of picks that up and he puts it onto his hand.
And she'll look for Carlisle to hand the other one to Carlisle.
What's this?
So you don't lose him, and he doesn't lose us.
Right. Yeah, Carl, I'll put it on.
See these arrows pointing to each other on the wrist. It's very cute. All right. Are we ready?
I suppose this can't hurt. I suppose.
Yep. Carlisle's got his glue. Hold
Do
on
we
to that.
do we need any like more potions
Looking
or
forward to
anything?
that.
I'll
I don't.
take the mantle of spell resist if no one's taken it.
Yeah, I was hoping someone would take that.
I mean, it seems like we've got
This will help
open,
quite nicely,
Magic
yeah.
place.
open offer to whatever anyone wants. I just don't think there's much here that I want, other than the possibility of maybe that glue does genuinely come up helpful.
Is this the sovereign glue?
Yeah, the glue that's.
Yeah.
If I can get someone to hold still on the same spot for a minute, they're fucked for the rest of time until they use a wish spell or like a niche fucking oil to cure
Yeah, the oil's
themselves.
like
It's great.
Yeah, it's very rare across all planes. So you basically fuck
Yeah.
someone. Mm-hmm.
Can we, sorry, one last thing. Can
It's
we,
like that immovable
if
rod.
I'd had a week and a half of travel, can we say that I have learned the spell that I chose?
Your free spell, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep, thanks.
Okay. He was saying, when you're ready, I can contact and they'll send their representative and this trial kicks off.
Yeah.
Everyone good?
Fantastic, yeah.
All right. He wanders up, gets the orb that he needs. This is Vanderval. I'm prepared to enter the lessons of Oromodo. And it gleams and glows. And then fades. He places the orb back on its kind of little mantle. Well, now we wait for the representative to visit each of us. And, that's it. The trials begin. I'll
Yeah.
get my things ready.
But I'll head out for now. Do we have to wait here, or is this gonna kind of?
He should be able to
Pull
find
us all
us.
back.
I was the last one to accept, so I imagine this is going to kick off very soon. They're kind of just waiting on me. I've received a lot of
All right.
nasty sending messages from the others, specifically Diarisha. So, I think it's ready. It's time. It's time. Richard, hold down the store. I'll get my things. He kind of wanders into the back. Does anyone do anything for the next hour or so?
False life.
Joe,
Attuned to the
do
mantle.
how much time has it been since I shot that bow? Just so I can check the recharge. Has it been like a couple days?
Could be a couple of days if you like. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna roll 2 sets of this then.
Yeah, you guys would be probably past the mountains just before one path when you're doing this. So you're kind of in the shadows of the mountains in the safety of the kind of area. So you are, you're good. You're good. If you don't really do much before waiting, it is very much going to be a case of the representative showing up. Which, after a couple of hours, a figure would approach your camp. You'd see this blue bald individual walking across, cradling something in their hands. They wander slowly, almost like they're drifting across the floor. Robes of all these kind of different colors of like reds and blues, greens, yellows, very vibrant, technicolor kind of almost robe. This blue-skinned individual kind of almost glides towards your camp, straight towards Vanderval, who's kind of stood outside of his shop. Others in the tents are kind of like looking out as him. He kind of just drifts past them, stops right in front of your group and Vanderval. In his hand, he's holding a genie lamp. It's smoking out of just kind of the tip. Roll Arcana checks anyone who knows much about magic and wizardry spells. I'll give you advantage, Andrasa.
I love getting to recline during Arcana checks. Like, I don't know shit, dude.
33.
A natural 20.
Yeah. With a 33, you know what this is. Natural 20 as well. Morgane, you'd have some idea as well with a 19. You would know this, Desmond, because technically Godsbane came across a couple of these. They're Magian. These are a spell. Create Magian is a spell by wizards, which allows you to create almost like an individual, a bluish kind of creature that is of your blood, of your being, and you can just set out to do kind of almost tasks for you. They are a physical being, almost like similar to a simulacrum, much weaker. They're not kind of a direct copy of you. They are just like a minion of your body. So this one approaches and speaks softly and says, "Greetings, Vandervool, and greetings accompaniment. I am your guide into the lessons of Oromodo. I have been sent by he himself. I am a vessel for him. The time has come for the lessons of Oramodo to begin. When you are ready, I will speak the incantation, and you will enter into this vessel." He points to the kind of the smoking lamp. "If you have any questions beforehand, I can answer them. The Oromodo himself will greet you upon arrival. Do you have anything to ask?"
I'm all set.
Very well.
Is the event catered?
It is, in fact. Inside of the vessel, you will find a waiting area. Comfortable, cushioned, food of your delight. Anything you could ask for will be served to you whilst you wait for the trials to begin.
Damn, there's a whole green room for this production, dude. This is crazy.
And are the others going to be in there? No. Each one of you has been brought a vessel that best represents you. Inside your vessels, you will be put to the same lessons. It will be the group that finishes them first that will achieve great victory. When you are ready, you may enter. You may, indeed, leave upon entry, but you will never be invited back in. That applies to the accompaniment. Upon entry, Vandervool, you are forfeit to the trials, to the lessons. Upon failure or leaving, you are forfeit to the result of them. Your companions may leave at any time.
Does time flow the same inside of there?
It does not. It is far slower inside. Are you ready? Vandervool will look to your group.
Mm-hmm.
After you.
We're ready. Very well. And let the lessons of Oromodo begin. He takes the cap off, blows the smoke, and as each of you kind of breathe it in, even in for you, Desmond, it kind of goes into your like circuits and into your sockets. You feel your bodies become smoke as your bodies are drawn into the vessel itself. And he clamps the lid on. The smoke kind of fading in and out, and you appear in a comfortable, cushioned waiting room. Several cushions all across the walls, these kind of almost like sofas that are wrapped around, a central one as well, almost like kind of bed-like cushions all around the place. Servants that wander around, they almost take on the appearance of like almost like smoke that's kind of covered up and wrapped around with like robes and cloth that almost bandage around them. Clothing kind of given life of all different colors that wanders around with kind of cups of tea and plates of food, but they almost look empty, allowing you to order whatever you wish. The waiting room of Oromodo begins as you await your host. We're going to take a 5-minute break there quickly to allow you to stretch your legs and whatnot, and then we'll come back with the beginnings of the lessons of Oromodo.
Are all 4 of his lamps for one for each group?
He only had 1 lamp, this one. So the vessel that what he had said is the vessel that he had chosen was chosen specifically for Vandervoel in your group. So you will have a different vessel that you're inside.
I was wondering if Oromodo has like 4 lamps.
Maybe. We'll be back in 5 minutes.
Hey, wait a second.
And we'll see you guys once you take a little rest, a little break. Okay,
I'm
we'll see you
gonna forget by
guys.
the time he comes back, and
We'll be back in 5, chat. Okay, chat. All right, back. Hello, everyone. And welcome back to the episode. We had just ended off inside of the beginnings of the trial of Oromodo. Let me see if I can find a little music to... Let me see if I can put on a little bit of music here. But you find yourselves inside this comfortable spot. You are kind of surrounded by cushions and comfort area, allowing you to kind of almost allow you to just wait in comfort and food of your choice. You see these servants, these voiceless servants wander over to each of you and kind of offer up trays. The Major, as he kind of wanders over to the side, there's almost this corridor that just kind of comes off of it. Doesn't lead to anywhere except for one single door that kind of just remains as almost like an archway door. On that door, you see these kind of 9 symbols, each representing the schools of magic. The Major waits there and says, "As you are the last to have accepted, you are the 4th group in which Oromodo will contact. All groups will be allowed to go through the door at the same time. The Oromodo can only be in one place at the same time. Please wait and order whatever food and beverages you would like as you wait for our delicate host." Allowing you to kind of order whatever you need and relax and talk about any strategies you might have. Is there anything you guys order or anything you wish from the kind of servants as they wander over towards you?
Carlisle's the kind of guy who would have already eaten.
What am I seeing?
Doing a big, fucking trial.
Mm-hmm.
What am I seeing, if anything?
Everything? Good question. Technically, yeah, kind of everything. This is a demi-plane conjured through magic, so it is really much lit up for you. You're getting kind of the essence that nothing here is really... It's real as much so as it's been conjured and created.
Gotcha.
But you would see the outline of pretty much all of the cushions, all of the land. It's almost like everything's kind of just highlighted for you.
Conjured food doesn't sustain you like regular food does it? Or is that only over a prolonged period of time?
That's only some stuff. It actually does in a demi-plane. Inside a kind of a magnificent mansion equivalent. You can feast as much as you want. You can order whatever the hell you want.
Morane would order an ale.
Yeah, it would come out as like the finest ale that you could order. You kind of get that taste. Any of a memory kind of clinking of what you expect an ale to taste like. It tastes exactly like that.
Yeah,
you kind of get that
nice.
to drink on. Anyone getting anything else?
I think after Morane would have ordered something and Tack would see like what happens or how it works. They would ask for a coffee.
Okay, yeah. Like far rarer, you can see they kind of get this almost like brewed coffee, and it kind of stems up into like almost this little kind of goblet, passing it across to you. It remembers exactly how you remember the finest coffee. It kicks in that kind of memory of home. Warm, kind of stays at the right temperature as well. It's not too hot to burn you. It's not too cold. It's just kind of straight at the right temperature. Allowing you kind of to drink from that as the kind of
dream.
Flows. Yeah, it's perfect. It remains that kind of temperature the whole time too, whilst it's here. It's almost this kind of just general comfort. Van der Vold just says, "Okay, can I get myself a tall glass of your finest red? Go ahead and give me one of roast chicken." With some sauteed potatoes. I would like some asparagus that's been roasted over a fire for about 12 minutes. So it's going on this kind of long list, and they bring it all to him. He sits down, and he starts eating quite quickly, like almost quite piggishly. He's like panicking, almost like he consumes himself in food through the stress. And you can just see he's just kind of picking all, "Can I get some bread to go with that? Some olive oil on the side, please, as well?" And he just keeps getting kind of food ordered towards him as he's waiting, stuff in his face.
I think Andrasa's leafing through her spell book and just sort of muttering to herself and Sestina's bouncing up and down behind her, and she just says, a glass of red wine and, I don't know, cherry turnover or something like that, please, dear.
It appears on the plate and kind of passes it across to you straight away. Again, the finest red wine, red wine that you account for when you think of red wine. This is the one that comes. Same with the dessert as well. And as you're kind of all feasting through these, does Desmond order anything or?
Yeah. He's gonna look up and ask, "Can I have a chocolate-covered steak?"
So you just see this kind of rump of steak appear, like almost like a sirloin, and you just see chocolate drizzles down it and kind of steams across, and they pass it across to you.
Okay. I push it away.
Yeah, fair. Yeah. There's moments after that kind of quiet of like you guys are eating and ordering your food, where the matron goes, "Oromodo will see you now." And his body twists, his face kind of almost contorts a little bit, and he goes, "Hello, yes. Welcome out to my lessons, everyone. It's good to have you here. Wonderful group you got to yourself there, Vanderval."
Jessa just looks slightly disappointed because she has heard of Oromodo.
This was so much build up for this chuckle, dude.
For a fucking Jeff Goldblum sounding ass motherfucker, dude.
Carlisle looks at Vanderval like this might be a joke, just from like the way that this guy's
She's
talking.
nervous. He's anxious. He goes, great Oromodo. No need for the theatrics there, Vanderval. Yes. Welcome out to the lessons of, me. 9 in total with a 10th hidden one. Yes.
So pleased to be here, Master Oramodo.
One and the same.
Staring
Not
at
really
him
my body, though.
quizzically.
Yes.
Of course, dear.
If I understand it, you don't know the rules yet. Fourth time I've done it so far. So, and he kind of like leans in, he steps into the room, kind of gets a glass of wine himself without even kind of ordering it, kind of holds it, almost like Desmond does, doesn't drink from it. The 10 lessons they are indeed. Will challenge you, Vanderval and friends. What do you call your little band of... what are you? Adventurers, wizards of your own kind, traveler folks, mercenaries, maybe.
The 6, dear. The 6. We're the 6.
I like that. Okay, the 6. It rolls off the tongue. It feels nice to say. The 6. Okay, well... The lessons in which you have to acquire, there's 10 in total, 9 that will be straightforward that I can tell you, but the 10th one hidden away. Yes. These lessons are, in fact, all of the schools of magic that you should know and have learned by now, Vanderval, and the 6 still feels nice to say. Abjuration, alteration, conjuration, divination, enchantment, evocation, illusion, necromancy, and, of course, transmutation.
Of course.
And Rose like, yes. Of course, learned them all. Quite. In the challenge, when the door opens, you'll be in a race against the others. Whoever can go through and compete against all of these different doors, open them up, defeat the challenge that awaits you inside. You will be the one who is victorious and is granted the wish in the final 10th challenge. Find my secret. I've left one there. You will be able to uncover that and, of course, become my one apprentice.
Of course.
Good. Vandervoor's yes.
Master Oromodo.
Yes.
Yes, she sort of mimics the hand motion back, but super uncomfortably. Are there breaks between the trials, and if so, how long?
A good question. I'm glad you asked. The 6 still feels good to say.
So glad to have asked.
when you go through that door, you'll have 3 doors. The first 3, you'll notice the spell scrolls above them. After you've done those 3, you'll have a short intermission break, and then the next 3, and then the next 3. Each of the challenges follows a sort of rhythm. The first will be a fight. Your capabilities in combat, in fighting, battling beasts and creatures and all sorts with the magic school in question. The second will be a sort of puzzle, trickery, some sort of mystery to unravel. And the third will be seeing through my eyes and trying to sort of copy, mimic what I did in the right order. Otherwise, you get a little buzz, a little sting. And each of these will be the same kind of thing, a puzzle, copy me, and a fight. And after those 3 are done, if you are the first to go through, well, yes, you get all the way to the 10th secret that I've hidden away.
So, sorry, short intermission, how long, dear?
I'll give you about an hour or so. That should be enough to wet your whims, if you will. Get yourself ready for whatever comes next.
Sure. Each group is going at the same time, then, if we're the first to clear all.
That's right, yes. The door behind will be opening, and then you'll be going through. Of course, you can skip the breaks if you like, but I wouldn't say to do so. These are challenges that I've experienced through my life. It's you are unraveling my own history, my own beginnings and endings. How I became the one to defeat the 4 great exiled genies. How I used a wish to grant my great secret that you have not yet learned.
That sounds very exciting, dear. I bet we'll learn quite a lot.
This is gonna be a fucking circus, guys. Like, this guy's life, like, lessons and challenges are probably going to be the dumbest fucking things we've seen ever. This is, I can't fucking wait.
Is it your life up until, like, this moment? Like, were you still designing the things, or it was, previous to that? Like, there's a cutting off point.
No spoilers. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Do we the 6th? So feels nice. But it leads up to a big moment. The big secret that I uncovered. The secret of me. The secret of what I did. What I uncovered. My life's goal. And that's how you become the apprentice. The one apprentice, of course. Vandervold could be that one. Otherwise, I'm afraid... Nothing awaits the others.
Like
Destruction,
death
obliteration, goodbye, farewell, so long. You understand? Yes, they will be defeated.
Defeated, dead? Defeated, you said obliterated.
Yes. Again, the story must be told.
Sure. Question, sorry, I've got another. I'm just so excited to talk to you, dear. It's very exciting to meet your heroes. When you say the 6 still feels nice to say, would you say that it sounds nicer than whatever the other groups are? Do we have a better name?
Oh, prying, are we? I can't tell you anything about the other groups or where they are, but I will say this. Some of them had some nice names, and all of them were adventurers. Not all of them had a name.
Nice names, but... better or just nice?
Flying, are we still? Yes. I wouldn't be able to tell you. All I'll tell you this is, once the door opens, it's a race against time itself. Chronogene nearly made it in, but not quite a school. Almost. I suppose the entire challenge itself is that.
The entire challenge is not quite a school, almost.
Precisely.
Precisely.
Okay.
You will hear me in each of the challenges, though it's not really me there. I'll be observing from a distant place, somewhere else entirely. But once you're inside, it will begin, and good luck with the challenges, and may you uncover the secret that I have, laid out.
Of course we will, dear.
Very excited.
Fantastic. Grandiose. Right. Well, I'll see you on the other side.
Well, not if it
goes back to the major. Once the door opens, it will begin. Please enjoy refreshments until then.
I thought he'd be a little bit more scary.
Master Vanderwall.
Yes.
Really?
I know. I know. But,
Well, nothing I've ever read said he sounded... That's a... Really?
I believe this is real, but I also feel like I'm being scammed.
Yes, Mr. Carlyle, can you, do I have a fever? Am I...
look,
Is this a fever dream?
What if this is a Wizard of Oz situation?
He's brilliant. I'm telling you, look, this is a man that is quirky, yes. Strange, absolutely.
Quirky.
But tolerably cruel. Was also brilliant. Unpredictable at times. Finds a fancy of life.
Yes, I couldn't predict how many pauses he was going to put in there. It was quite a lot, wasn't it? And how many times he was going to sort of do this thing and do this.
It felt like an eternity.
It was a lot.
An old... I mean, he's half-elf in his look, appearance, if you saw him. But he is... like he hasn't aged. He is a creature of an example of a wizard that has gone so far that he has mastered some of the greatest spells there ever was. I wouldn't judge him too simply just because he is a
eccentric, demented.
Yes. Well.
Yes.
Yes.
Perhaps lived too long. What is the 10th trial then, dear? He's got the 9, and then it was the thing, right? Do you know what the thing is that he did?
That's what he was obsessed about. I mean, he likes to do these little things where he builds you up. And eventually you find out what his lesson was the entire time. But I suppose this time it's our lives are on the line at the same time. So I suppose we'll find out at the end.
Yes. Who do you think's the biggest threat, dear?
Of the others, Dyrisha.
Yes. She's quite fast. She's quite quick.
Aggressive.
Aggressive. Right, dear.
Competitive. She's the one that wants it the most. Chester Mock's a little bit more nervous, like I am, though he did his research. He's nervous but capable. Thesariv is grand. She is capable herself, but I do think that the nerves might get to her at least. She might be over-prepared. Not as good as spontaneity.
Right.
But all we should be ready for, and as he says, the door opens. The trial has now begun. He steps aside.
Knocks back wine. Steps forward.
Knocks back coffee.
Yeah. You would be able to wander into
Finishes the ale, slams it down.
Anyways, I can finish this first. I mean, we don't have to go inside yet.
Let's go. The time's ticking. Let's go,
He
dear.
stands
Come
up and he kind of rushes after, like, immediately listening to what you guys have to say. He kind of goes into the next room. In which case, you'd enter into kind of a circular chamber. And on each of the doors, you will see the symbols that represent 3 schools. The first 3 rooms, Evocation, Enchantment, and Transmutation are the first 3 doors.
Evocation's probably a fight, yeah. I feel like leading with fights is best.
He said all 3 of these first ones would be more combat based, I think.
No. In each one of the challenges,
so
there'll
there's
be
one
every
that's
3
combat, one that's
Oh, I
puzzle,
see.
one that's
I see,
seeing
I see,
through
I
his
see.
eyes. Each
Okay.
set of 3.
I think we lead with Evocation without too much. I don't think there's much like reason to think much about which door we're going into because we have to do them all anyways.
Yeah.
For those of us that are Arcana dumb, can we get like a brief like what each one of these schools of magic like generally is?
Sure, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could
like
even
above board.
Yeah, I could
can
even
never remember what all of them are.
I could even lean on. Does our resident wizard want to tell people like as if you were telling them in the
Drasa,
in the waiting room?
It's like looking at a coloring book from
a bit of a quick rundown on the kinds of magic that we may be running into here.
What do you mean, dear? Is this what? What are you asking?
I mean, I know that door goes to Evocation, which is big explosions. But
Yes.
if I pointed out the other two there, I know what the words mean, but I don't exactly know what they are. And I feel like it would be helpful for the me's of this party
Use.
to know
Yes.
exactly what it is the puzzle or challenge of the like is actually going to entail.
Oh, all right, sure, I suppose. All right. With, gosh, she sort of kind of takes a moment and kind of straightens her shoulders and gets a kind of, I think she gets a look on her face maybe that is, how do we describe that? It's more luxury than before.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, right, all right. So evocation, dear. Well, of course, you know, evocation's the easy one, right? Everybody knows what that is. Yes, right? You know that
Yes.
one. It's basic. It's sort of the one with all the sort of bells and whistles and the thing that when you think of, it's fireball, dear. It's fireball, right? Evocation.
Yes.
That's that one, right? So you know what that is.
Evocation,
It's-
I got. Yes.
Yes. Right, everybody knows that one. And then what are we looking at? Enchantment.
I'll tell you this, right?
Well, that's,
You could have just because otherwise I know otherwise I don't want to give you guys the
Yeah.
sake
Gonna
of
be here for a while.
yeah, I don't want to give you guys the sake of no I'll let you explain each of the schools. Let's say we're doing this in the waiting room because I don't want to make
Sure,
it force
right,
your
otherwise
characters
it'd
to
be
be
taking
like
too
saying this
much,
before
yeah.
you're doing a time challenge.
Walking, talking while like fucking
Yeah,
missiles
right.
are shooting over our head.
Yeah.
We're in
Yeah, this would be
combat.
during the kind of waiting period where you're getting your foods and drinks, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, right, as I said, right, evocation, that's the fireballs. It's a sort of wall of force, the, ice storm and things like that, right? Those are all evocation. Let's see if I've thought of another one. Anyway, that's, it's that kind of thing. None of us are super, that's not really our bread and butter, but we definitely do them. Enchantment, of course. Well, that's our dear attack, mostly, right? So that's a sort of a hold person or a charm or a confusion and things like that.
Mind altering
Yes?
magic, yes, mind altering.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And then our transmutation, well, of course, a very good example of that, dear, is slow. The slows, the polymorph, the
I like that one.
sort of. Do you know what another one is? Is magnify grab. We haven't used that one in quite a while, but anyway, that's.
It's because I'm the specialist on this one in particular.
go for it.
It is taking something and turning it into something else. It is the changing of
Changing
matter into something else. Yeah,
It's transmuting it, one could say.
exactly. Hence the name.
Exactly. Abjuration is pretty basic as well as far as what it is, right? That's a shield. That's any sort of, glyphs of warding, things
Protective
like that,
magics.
right? Exactly.
Something that rejects something else.
Yes,
Exactly.
absolutely. That's where it
Abjures
comes
it.
from. Abjure, right? Conjuration. That's pretty basic. That's our dear Sestina. Faithful hand.
Also this.
Also.
Morgane will like sip the ale.
Yeah.
Absolutely, right? A sort of, maybe you could summon a dragon or a fae or something like that. Those are all conjurations. What if I missed? Divination. Oh, divination. Well, that's, again, our dear attack, detecting thoughts. Also Desmond, identifying, seeing invisibility, all that sort of stuff. Is
Also the
divination.
future.
Divination. And the future, of course, dear, but also, things can change. What am I missing? Illusion. Pretty obvious, right? Invisibility. Phantasmal. Oh, we love these, right? We love these in the 6. Phantasmal killer,
Yeah.
phantasmal force. Necromancy.
Dead shit.
Necromancy is essentially.
Mostly.
I don't know that I would say dead
Yes,
shit.
mostly man.
Certainly dead shit, yes.
It does the thing. A good example of that, dear, is a spirit shroud that our dear Morgane does.
Oh, so that's dead shit.
Dead shit, yes.
Well, spirits, dear, right? Spirits.
I thought there was a
dead
kind
shit.
of smell that came off of Morgane whenever they do that. Now
You
I'm
could
thinking
probably
about it.
refer it to as dead shit shroud.
Dead stinky shit
Yeah.
shroud.
Yes, exactly. So that's all of them, and then the 10th one, of course, we're not sure what that is, but
Oh no, you missed
we've
one.
got suspicions. Don't we? Oh,
Alteration.
shit, did I? Abjuration. Oh, alteration. Well, that's we know what that is, right?
No.
Oh,
Alteration's
that's
not
the
a
one-
school.
yes, it is, dear. It obviously is. It's reality. It's
It's not a
Of
school.
reality magic. It is a school. What do
It
you mean
was
it's not
a school.
It is a school. It still is a school.
Well, it's not really taught anymore, is it?
Picks up spell book.
naughty
It
now.
is a school.
Carlisle
It
takes a
is
step back.
a school of magic.
Leans
It
back.
is the
Yeah.
lost school
He looks
of reality
back and he looks
magic.
very concerned now.
That school got shut
We
down.
can call it
Yes.
alteration if we want, but that is reality magic through and through. And she's just staring at
Well,
Vanderbilt
thank
like, how
you,
dare
everyone,
you?
for this enlightening lesson on magic. That I'll keep all those things in mind.
And then cut to you guys in the room with the 3 doors.
Evocation looks good. I know that one. Stuff explodes. I think we do that one first.
All right, let's go for it.
Opening that door
Monster door.
immediately leads you out into this kind of enchanted forest. You immediately find yourselves outside, and it's kind of like you're stepping through a doorway into another realm, almost like kind of a Narnia situation. Let me find a little fairy tale music here. You've kind of got this this kind of moment when you step out where you'd see a series of trees that are locked onto the side. All their roots are connected, almost like it's building like a barriers of walls. There's this great rock wall behind you of collapsed stone and kind of almost this collapsed mountain that's almost created a blockade. A normal day, you might be able to walk through the trees, but it looks like the trees are purposely locking it off. You can see on the distance end a bunch of these great trees have kind of taken up root faces on them as they start kind of moving towards. Closer than that, almost these humanoid-like wooden creatures are stepping forward too. And then even closer, a bunch of these twig-like creatures rushing towards this dead-end, locked-off pathway. You would hear the voice of Oromodo as you kind of appear in this dead end. The first school, yes, most wizards would be learning is Evocation. The chance to become a battle mage. Very exciting, very fun. In my early days as a wizard, I was rather mischievous. Often traveling to other realms to test my capability. And a little trip to the Feywild, I exhausted my options when dealing with a, let's say, windswept lover. The very forest was locked off to me, nowhere to go. And sometime when there's no other solution, fireball, and it's like a skeleton key solution. Fight! And he leaves you in this kind of moment where you see this kind of apparition of Oromodo kind of turns, and you can see fire and flames and lightning all comes to his hands as he was once in this situation as a young mage, standing off against a series of trees and plant life coming towards him. I'll put you guys onto the battle map.
Oh, dang.
As you
Oh, boy,
guys
that's a
are basically being rushed down by a lot of
Jesus, that's a
plant
lot of
life. Yes.
plants.
If you want to plant yourself here, the door closes behind you. And then we'll get initiative
Wait, where-
rolled.
Oh, I see.
Yes, this is basically a Oramodo was jumped on by this. Let me find Vanderval for you as well. Where is he? Vanderval will also be in this battle with you guys as well. So.
And we also put V out there.
Yes, you can indeed. Does anyone have already control over V? I can put her onto the map if anyone wants to.
I do not.
Jaeger V.
No, I
for us.
don't. I could Jaeger, but I don't have access.
I can give you access. That is no problem at all.
I don't want V's blood on my hands if they get torn apart by plants, so I pass, to be frank.
They kind of like blood, though.
Yeah.
You're fucking washed up, bro. You don't know how to play a martial class. It's okay.
Dude, fuck you, I'm playing a martial class now, motherfucker.
Are ya? Though?
I am!
I just see you in the back shooting that little bow.
Joe made me switch to bow, dude. He gave me a bow.
Oh, look at my bow! Pew pew pew.
There'd be
Does it
like
make
a
noise
moment.
when
You one shot an orc with it today.
I did.
You can also, by the way, roll
Fair.
initiative if you like. there'll be a moment, by the way, where when you would have seen all the trees during that kind of speech when you first came in, they were rushing forward quickly, and then they kind of stopped, and there's almost this aspiration of sighing over it as he took too long to tell the story. But you are... this is going to be a straight-up battle. So I'm going to roll... The Twig Blights kind of all go on the same initiative. The Woodwoads also go on the same initiative. Awakened Trees on the same one.
The names of these creatures are hilarious.
Yeah.
Just want to say that.
And where is the Tree Blight? There you are. The final one goes last too. Okay. Is everyone on initiative? We got everyone on there. I don't see V or Morane at the moment. I think, and then Vanderbilt as well. Put him on.
Yes, let me roll for game. Dude.
So classic, dude.
I'm so
Holy shit.
consistent with it that you got.
It's like actually every time.
And then 19 for V. That one was.
Nice. Okay, I'll put V on 19. Okay.
Yeah. Morane's on what? There we go.
The V's roll with... you can roll V's with... did it already do
Advantage,
it?
right?
I think it already does it.
I clicked Hakashi, but it still rolled as Morane for some reason. I think it's because I have to go like this and then this, and it puts her on the thing, and then
Yeah, you're good.
change that to it. It's good. We're good. We're good.
19 should be fine. All right, then kicking off the fight immediately is... did Vanderbilt get negated? Is the Twig Blights. They are going to rush forward. They're not super fast, so 5, 10, 15, 20. This one's going to rush this way. And immediately go for a little claw attack against you. Indrassa, it's only a nat 1. Claws, but you can just kind of feel the twig like hit against your robe, doesn't cut through, doesn't kind of commit to the fight as much. 10, 15, 20. This one's going to run up towards you, or towards V. Make a claw attack as well. Only a 10. 20. This one will attack you, Desmond. 14 does not hit. That's going to dash. This is going to dash too. All of the others are basically just going to be dashing in now because they are too far away. But they're definitely closing in the ranks here. And getting closer in as they all kind of just dash towards your group as a whole. So that's going to be their turn. Desmond, that's going to bring you up to be next as you just see all these twig blights rushing across the ground. They're about 4 foot tall and they just kind of dash towards all of you guys, made of like sticks and twigs and kind of bramble put together.
Okay. I'm going to take a couple of attacks of op here because I want to position better.
Okay.
So there will be 2 right there.
Okay. 1, 10, and a nat 20, one hits you for 5 points of slashing damage as he just kind of manages to catch your leg.
Then one more.
Okay. 15.
No. I'm going to squeeze by Indrassa real quick. So one more and then one more. So 2.
Okay.
Oh, I moved Indrassa.
That's okay.
I didn't know I had control of you.
11 and a 9.
And then 2 more again as I get in the brush.
Okay, yeah, just taking all the swings of them all. 9 and a 17. They all miss you except for that just one. You're just kind of dodging and dancing around over them.
Okay, and I'm going to do a Conjure Barrage move. Ooh,
Sick, dude.
Sick.
at 60 feet, which
That
I don't even have to go the rest of the way. I'll
should
just
hit all of them, except for if we do majority in, the only one that doesn't get hit would be this guy.
the top one.
Yeah,
That's what I was
That
thinking.
would be it. Okay. I'm gonna do a series of roll damage, I guess.
Yeah. Will be a dex save.
Okay. Is it 16 total damage?
Ignore the 4.
Okay,
Ignore
12
the
total
4.
damage.
I had
All right,
something
then it's
checked.
going to matter because this has a chance of killing them outright. Failure. Is your DC a 16 or 17?
17.
17. Okay, failure. This one succeeds. This succeeds. I'm going to put a little red marker on it. This one's also not involved anymore. Failure. 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 No, sorry, success. This one got a 17. Success. Success. 19 and 21. And these guys. Failure. 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 So, you obliterate as you shoot out this kind of conjured barrage, just destroying a bunch of these guys. Which one did I put on there? Okay, good. Just get absolutely just riddled into the ground. The others all take, what, 6 damage?
Yes.
All of the others are extremely hurt. And most of them have been kind of blasted away. So you're just going to take out the first group of them all. Very nice.
Damn.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
I will bonus action with my crossbow, just shoot the one in front of Indrasa with my crossbow. Who I do not have up right now.
I can clear the rest on my turn if you guys have another thing you want to do.
That'd be good.
Gosh, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
It's not advantage, or it's not disadvantage. 17.
17. Hits.
God, I have his checked too. 8 piercing.
I'm just gonna put next on that one because it's technically gonna remove the turn order if I don't. But that one just goes gets destroyed as you split it in half.
Okay, and that's it for me.
Okay. V. This would be the Jaeger turn by Sam.
Yeah, V will swing her greatsword at the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. Gonna be a 13 to hit.
Doesn't hit. It moves out the way, dodging that way.
Great grazes for 5.
That kills it though, yep. And she just kind of, she misses, and then as she pulls her sword to get it retreat back up, it actually cuts through it.
Steps forward again, swings a second time.
Mm-hmm.
Nat 20.
Yeah, that destroyed that. She gives us,
a 19.
Yeah, she just cleaves that one apart. You just see brambles and splinters shoot off into the woods. That would actually give her an extra bonus action attack.
Yes, because she has great weapons. So, yeah, she'll walk forward and get this one too. Then.
Okay.
Keep looking at the wrong sheet. 20 to hit.
Hits.
For 16.
Destroys that one.
And then, assuming that one will be dispatched, she'll expend the rest of the movement.
Okay. Andrasa.
I don't know. I'm torn. Feels like I have so many choices and I'm not
You have
sure
range.
what I should do in this moment,
whereas
but I'm just
some of us
kidding
don't.
because I cast a fireball.
Great.
The classic.
All right.
Can you see it?
Yes, I can indeed. Okay. So it's going to be dex saves across the board for these. The only ones that don't get hit by this is the 2 outer ones, right?
The 2 on the outside, yeah.
Okay. It's going to be dex saves. I'm going to do it for the woodwards first. Failure. 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 The awakened tree. Each 3 of those guys going to do their dex saves. Failure. 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 And then
lots of failure
yes,
on the tree
not
side.
the most dexterous, as they are trees.
I didn't do a very good roll, but
and then failure on the tree blight as well. You rolled 29.
yes.
They actually happen to be vulnerable to fire damage. So that's going to be 58 points of damage to each of these guys.
Bye.
Jesus.
Trees, like, bye.
Funny enough,
Thanks for coming.
the awakened trees are extremely injured. Not quite dead, but extremely injured. The roads are they're a little tougher, but they're very much hurt. Everything here is at least bloodied, or the equivalent thereof. You can see burnt wood as each of them are kind of set ablaze. I need to check actually if they set a fire. I don't think they do, but they might. And then this one, the bottom one isn't actually vulnerable to fire, and takes the 29 fire damage instead. I don't think. Let me check here a second. Nope, that one doesn't continue burning, and that one doesn't continue burning either. But they are all pretty damn hurt, with the fireball just burning outward. Almost like the intended way. It kind of manifests and kind of dwindles out, and you can see these woodwords, most of their bark's now burnt and destroyed. The trees are like, all of the leaves are gone. They're mostly just destroyed now, as the fight kind of kicks off. Anything else you want to do?
She looks mildly irritated that they're not all dead, and then she is going to stay there.
Okay, Carla.
Carlisle's going to steady aim his arrow at the tree in the middle.
Okay.
It with advantage. That is going to be a nat 20, and I'm going to put 2 dice, 2d8 to make it 4d8 of my AoE blast again.
Okay.
It's going to hit all of the trees. It won't hit any of the small guys, but it'll hit every tree. So
It won't hit any of the small guys?
It won't hit any of the small guys because it's 10 feet around it. So it'll only reach to right next to the small guys. But all the large enemies are going to get hit by 40, 39, 45, 55, and then, well, this guy's going to get hit for that. Sorry, the dude in the middle will be hit for 55,
yep,
and then he'll also take...
Is it anything within 10 feet?
Going to be anything within 10 feet emanation.
Oh, these guys are within 10 feet.
With, well, of the point. So the point is the middle of this guy, is the way I was ruling it. So
okay.
This is
Okay,
like a
yeah,
ridiculous,
that makes sense.
insane ability that can hit everything in a circle.
That makes sense.
Everything else needs to make a dex save.
Okay.
For this radiant damage, which is going to be 24 radiant damage.
Does it take 0 on a success?
Half on a success.
Then I'm not even going to bother on the trees, because all 3 of those trees just get destroyed and splintered. Whereas the tree blight... I actually got a nat 20 on the dex save, so this would only take 12 points of damage. As this tree pulls back to avoid the radiant burn, lifts up kind of the bottom of its bark and allows that to take the brunt of the damage, as the other trees just collapse and burn downwards, destroying all 3 awakened ones. Okay,
nice.
Very nice.
Getting some fucking mileage out of this bow after a million sessions and trying to get people out of the way of it, dude.
That AoE life, man.
All right, then Tack, it's your turn.
I think Tack had started to cast something and then saw this giant fireball and then a big like radiant explosion and was like, okay, well, fine.
Sorry, you'll handle the puzzle room.
Yeah.
Sure, thanks. I will Eldritch Blast 2 of the dudes in the front.
Okay. These 2 around the middle. Okay. We'll do this guy and then this guy.
Oop. That's not what we wanted. A 27
hits
and a 12. Does a 12
12
hit?
wouldn't hit this guy. He's kind of a shielded fellow with a shield built of his own skin.
I accidentally rolled damage first, so that 7 force damage could be the 27.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's do that. All right, 7 force damage hits the first guy. It's still standing. It's definitely damaged though, as it's kind of like wobbling still. Kind of portions of its kind of brittle bark is now broken into.
Okay, and then Tack will look over at Vanderbilt and be like, "Go on, then, do something flashy, for the guy."
You guys got it handled so far. This is fantastic. I can't believe my luck. He's like talking to you as the Woodwards are going to make their way in. These guys, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. That one's going to rush up here. 10, 15, 20. That one's also going to push in. This one's going to dash this way to kind of get up to here. This one's also going to dash to get to you. Yep, I was going to dash again there, and then these ones are going to dash to probably get up to here and here. So they're all just rushing in. The 2 that actually did make up to V, though, will take swings. Also, they all do get 10 health back. As they are connected to the ground, they get to heal a little bit. They start regrowing some of their limbs and portions of their body. as they rush in. The two here closest to V are the uninjured. No, one of them's actually injured, so that one gets one's back. These two are going to rush in. They're going to swing twice each against V. 25 does hit V.
Yeah.
So V would take 25 points of force damage on the first hit.
Damn.
Yeah, these guys hit hard. And then the second one, 16 misses, 26 does hit. And would take... it would be 18 points. It was rolling... it rolled a crit on the second one, doesn't count the crit. So 18 points of force damage and then 13 points of force damage. So a total of 31 points of force damage is what V would take. It comes to Vandervolt's turn. He would look across and kind of realize that things are kicking off a little bit more. And he'll do his manifest backhand against two targets. He does it against the closest Woodwode and then also the little guy. He'll try and get rid of him as well. So he does a manifest backhand, which is a 15, which does not hit the Woodwode. And then he'll do it against the small guy, try and get rid of him. A 10 does not hit him. He swings twice and fails. The nerves kicking into him. Venom just realizing, shit. One of you take over. Morgan.
Focus, dear. Come on.
Morgan would step forward to take over. I'll swing at this guy first.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. With a 16.
Hits.
For 19.
The twig plates are destroyed as they go off of it. Break it into.
And then she would follow through with the swing to reposition and attack this guy with the second swing. It's going to be an 18 to hit.
Hits. It's right on their AC.
For 25.
25 damage.
25 necrotic damage.
Yeah, that works. It's extremely hurt. That thing is almost dead. You can see it's kind of brittling and falling apart. But it still stands.
Okay.
All right.
That's my turn.
Okay. That's not here. All right, then. It'll be the Tree Blight's turn. This thing is going to rush up here as much as it can. You see its full movement. It's just going to kind of dash up towards this way, and when it's turned there. Yeah, can't do anything more than dash. Desmond. Top of the round.
I'm going to back up and see if they swing at me.
They both would.
Okay.
Both take a club swing, a 9, and a 19. They both just onto the ground.
So now I'm going to use that chance to move my turret away since they swung at me instead.
Yep.
And I'm going to have my turret shoot this one.
Go for it.
First with my bonus action. That's a 12.
Doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Yikes.
These guys are tanky.
And I'm actually going to point at it with my finger and shoot a firebolt out of my finger to try to use fire damage.
On this guy?
Yeah, the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
That hits.
For 7 fire, so
14 points of fire
14.
damage. It's still alive, but definitely really hurts. Burns up a little bit.
And I will move back up.
Okay.
Actually, I'll move right here.
Sounds good. All right. V. Under your guidance, Sam.
Sam?
Yep.
You got V's turn.
Sorry.
Lock in.
I was literally looking at her shit right now. Yeah, she'll just swing at these two.
Okay.
Let's do...
This one's injured.
regular
This one's
swings.
not touched yet.
Okay. We'll go for the injured one first.
Okay.
15 to hit.
Doesn't hit, I'm afraid. Clinks off of the
Raises for
shield.
5.
That's true. Does do that, though.
And then 27 to hit.
Are you doing that to this guy or the other one?
12. No, it's still the other one, the
Yeah,
wounded
okay.
one, for 12.
12 points of damage. All right, nice. Yeah, that one's also looking injured. You're slashing into it some more.
Well,
Okay.
Did they take the other 7 as well? Right?
No, she's not raged. She's not enraged.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
It's long rests, so I'm trying to conserve them.
Okay. Indrasa.
Of the ones by Desmond, which one is the most hurt?
Can you see the symbols if I put symbols on them?
Yes.
I'll
Unless
put
there's
little
symbols on them
eye.
now.
Yep.
I'll put a little eye on them to show if they're bloodied.
Okay.
Okay. I am concerned about resources, so I'm going to corporeal shunt that one. I
The
will
one-
not just
which one,
win
sorry?
'cause that's a 12. It doesn't matter. It's a 12.
Yeah, it doesn't hit, I'm afraid. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then I'm going to go. I'm gonna come this way,
Mm-hmm.
and Sestina will follow. That's it.
Okay. Carla.
Carlisle is going to shoot at the bloodied one.
Okay.
Oh, that is a 23 because
Hit.
it's steady aiming this for 29 damage.
Nice.
That one, you strike it true. It breaks through. Technically, the piercing damage would be halved, you'll see. But it's enough to kill it regardless. You see the arrow jolts into it, goes collapses to the ground dead.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that is it for me.
Attack.
All right. I will. How are you feeling, Desmond?
I was only put down 5 health.
Okay.
I'm okay.
Okay, I'm gonna blast again. That's probably the best use. Sorry, my
That's right.
sheet closed. Here we go. Nat 1.
No.
It misses. Fizzles out in your hand.
Our roll
7
started good and then they got bad quick.
Bro, and a 17.
It's 1 under. It collapses against the shield of the one you're shooting.
Really?
These guys are tanky.
Shoot.
Ouch, dude.
Okay.
Okay, on their turn.
I will.
Yeah.
I'll shoot a bardic inspiration to Desmond.
Okay. All right.
It's my turn.
Very nice. Technically, this one's no longer bloody down here because it's healing up a little bit. This one, they are starting to heal up, but that's them. Okay, the 3 right next to you, Desmond, are all going to be swinging their 2 hits each.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh, baby.
first one, 17 and 24. We'll go from the top right round.
I will shield
Okay, what does that make your AC?
28.
28, okay. Nat 1, 11,
Goddamn,
14,
doing the Outward AC
13.
levels, dude.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
See if you get up to 35 and beat my record.
He doesn't hit. Any of those don't hit, sorry. Next to you, Morgane, a 26 and a 26. I rolled the good rolls on Morgane unnecessarily, which is 14 force damage and 10 force damage. Wait, no, the first one would technically be a 21 because he would have sap on him. Does 21 still hit you?
He thinks we can hear him.
21 does hit me, yeah. They both
Okay.
hit.
So 14 force damage
14 and
and 10, yeah. And then the last one will go against V. Should be a wrong sheet. It'll be a club, 22 and a 22. So both of those hit V, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So V would take another 30 points of force damage total as it just smashes into her twice.
Okay.
Okay. With that being done, it's Vandervol's turn. Realizing he kind of needs to help you guys, He's going to help you guys out by doing his minor transmute. 2 creatures with him. He goes, who needs a little bit more help? I guess V and Morane, as he saw you 2 get hit. Roll me a d6 each.
Okay, this is V's.
Okay.
This is Morgane's.
V gains a flying speed equal to her walking speed until the end of Vandervel's next turn. And then Morane, you gain 1d8 temporary hit points now. If you want to roll 1d8 for those.
I already had 3, so that does nothing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
All right. Then he'll do 1 manifest backhand against the closest one next to you, Morane. 21 does hit. He does 12 points of force damage to it, which actually is enough to kill it. That one only had 63 health. They have 75 total. This thing gets destroyed by the backhand, just crushes that thing. It's dead. Leave it to your turn, Morane.
Morgan will run to assist V. She'll attack the big guy.
Okay.
Let's do 19 to hit.
19 hits.
For 22.
22 points of damage. This thing is now
Necrotic.
bloodied.
And it's sapped as well.
It is sapped as well.
And then 16
Hits. Easier to hit this guy.
for 20.
20 flat. Very nice. As you just slice into it again, this thing is starting to crumble apart. You see portions of this great mouth kind of coming out of this tree, but mostly bark and branch falling apart.
Cool. It's my turn.
All right, it's going to look at you with intention to hurt you. For doing that to it, it is going to try and do... it's going to do its branch attacks against you, and it's going to try and do a grasping root. First of all, the branch attack, 25 to hit you, Morane, and then a 13.
It's
So 25 is going to do 15 points of bludgeoning damage. And then the branch, that's the branches, sorry. It's also going to do its grasping root towards you. So can you do a strength saving throw for me, please?
Yep. 7.
It shoots out a kind of a branch, grabs around your waist, and lifts you up next to it. So you're grappled against it now. Oh, sorry. No, you wouldn't have taken minus the 15 damage off yourself because technically it was snapped. I forgot. You just literally did that. It would have missed that first attack. This is the only thing that hits.
okay.
And you're going to be taking some damage at the start of each of your turns for this one.
Got it.
As it's kind of
Gotcha.
got you wrapped in its vines. And then can you also make a dexterity saving throw? As it's a bonus action to gnash on you.
18.
You're fine. You see it kind of try and gnaw on you as it's trying to lift you towards its mouth. You like manage to hold up your sword to like stop its teeth from biting down. That's the end of its turn. Desmond.
We're aware these things are resistant to piercing now after people have hit it, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to use too many spell slots, so I won't do that. I think I'm just going to keep these 3 things' attention on me and still just pull out my short sword.
Okay.
And start swinging with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll aim at the same one I've been hitting.
Mm-hmm.
A dirty 20.
Hits.
12 piercing.
Yep. So it takes 6 points of damage. You stab into it, kind of finding any point you can try and damage this creature.
Cool. Okay, now he's vexed. So I will take my second one. Nat 20
That hits.
for a 19.
So that'd be
Piercing.
9 points of damage. It's so close to dying. As you just kind of stab into, you almost get right through.
Okay, and then I'm going to have my turret take a shot at him.
Go for it.
For 26 for 15
That's
more.
enough to destroy it. That one collapses down, kind of breaks into a bunch of its branches and twigs on the floor. You've only 3 of those
Okay,
left.
and I'm gonna stand right between them.
Okay. In that case, V, you're up. Via Sam.
V is gonna try and put this guy down.
That one is not bloodied
The
yet,
one
so he's.
front.
But you.
Yeah. 21 to hit
Hits.
for 12 slashing,
Okay, 12 slashing, yep.
and a 19 to hit for 10 slashing.
10 slashing starts cutting through,
And she'll
breaking off some of the
reposition
bark.
over here.
Sounds good. You see the creature's kind of eyes just turn and face straight towards her, but it's focused on her now. Indrasa.
I'll corporeal shunt the one between V and Morane so they can start to. I mean, assuming I hit it. Let's see. 18.
Is exactly what you needed.
All right. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. Only 4. Force.
4 points of force damage, but it takes more if it moves.
And
Okay.
if it doesn't.
If it doesn't move, sorry. Okay.
And I'm gonna stay there.
Okay. Sounds good. Carla.
Carlisle is going to shoot at the one between those two because it seems like Desmond's got enough AC to fucking tank these things, and I've seen how much damage V's taken at this point. So I'm going to shoot at that one with advantage because I'm not going to move. That's a 24. Because it's not bloodied yet, I'm going to cunning strike this, and I'm going to attempt to make it go prone so it can't move out of the shunt.
Nice.
So that is going to be 28 damage.
28 damage.
Piercing, so cut in half.
Nice.
Okay.
But make a dex save.
Okay. Dex save. Fails. 12.
Okay. Yeah. Falls prone.
Was prone. Is that just until his turn?
Yep.
Okay.
It just has to get up, so he's just down until he gets up.
Sounds good. All right. Attack.
Muted.
You are tragically muted.
Oh, dude.
Embarrassing. Which of the two next to Desmond is hurt the most?
Neither?
They might be the same.
I don't think we've been hitting them. They've been healing.
Disgusting. Okay. Then why does my character sheet keep going away? I'll blast this guy then.
Okay.
The top one. Please.
Ooh.
Yay!
Nice. Nat 20
Nat 20.
for 13. Very nice.
13.
Yeah, it gets blasts portions of the brittle cut off. Very nice.
Again, a 29.
Damn, those are good
Very
rolls.
nice. Good rolls, yeah.
For 10 more damage.
10 more damage. You just blast against it again, leaving holes in it. Nice.
That's me.
All right. These guys are going to heal at the start of their turn before they do anything else. This one is going to get up. Which gets intelligence. Yeah, it's intelligent enough to move. It's got 10 intelligence. It's going to shift upwards a little bit to avoid the shunt. It feels its body can kind of moving around.
Oh, it's never seen that spell. Come on.
No, but I imagine it same with Booming Blade. You can see it on yourself. You know you're taking that risk. As opposed to if you're a dumb creature, you might not really understand.
It's actually very well educated in magic. It's fake.
Oh, it's well read.
It is
Yeah,
going to
they-
do...
Listen, Dross,
I've seen your spell book. I know what a corporeal
I'm curious how you use corporeal shunt on me.
Shut the hell
So
up.
weird that everyone was like, "That's not a real spell school," because they fully know about it, and I've seen that cantrip.
Just you cast magic on it, its body's shimmering. It knows that it's something's going wrong here. It's going to take some damage. It's smart enough to do so. It swings twice against V as it gets up, but it's a 15 out of 10, misses both. The other two both going to go against you, Desmond, as it goes top one, club, 13, 12, 12, and 16. They both miss as you're just kind of dodging and ducking underneath with the swing of the clubs back and forth.
Off tank Desmond, dude.
Yeah. Vanderval on his turn.
Excuse me.
He'll do 2 manifest backhands again towards. Does he have any? Doesn't have a fire thing. He'll save onto some of his spells. No, you know what? He has 3 of these a day. He'll cast haste on Morane.
Excuse me.
So he'll cast haste on Morane.
Are we allowed to be like? We can't be like that. Feels like a waste. That feels like it's not worth it.
Andrasa's like head
Why are you doing
snaps
this
to
now?
Vanderbilt
He goes,
like you chuckle fuck.
Look, I feel like it's a good time to do this. Ah! And he sort of like bites down on the licorice, and you take over, get the haste on you, Morane.
Okay.
Morane, it's your turn.
So I take damage first, correct?
Oh yeah, you do indeed. You take a tiny tinty bits of damage, I think. How much is it? Let's see. It is 2d6 plus 6. Could be big.
Are you rolling it or am I?
14 points of
14.
bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
What's this from?
He's grappled
grapple.
currently. It's squeezing him.
So is the grapple like a contested strength check, or what's the way to get out of it?
To get out of the grapple, you would need to. You have the grapple condition, and you'd have to kind of make it. Yeah, you'd have to make a strength saving throw as an action to break it.
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is-
Yeah. Miss me with that shit. I'm just gonna attack him in the face.
Makes sense.
First one, 14.
Hit the big one. That's
Yeah.
its AC.
Okay. For 21.
29 damage does it. Yep. Okay.
18.
18
for
hits.
19 damage.
And
And
19
then
damage.
The hasted attack.
You don't need to do the haste attack on him
Is-
because you would slash the second one and it would crush the big tree. It collapses backwards, falling, releasing you from the grip. It also deactivates any of the regeneration from the woads. You can see a lot of their light just fades. They can no longer regenerate.
Oh.
Okay. As Morgane's falling, then she's gonna kind of pivot and plunge her sword into this one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll hit that one with the 29
That hits.
for 31.
Oh, yeah. 31. That thing is looking very hurt now. Very good.
And I'll Eldritch Smite it.
Okay. Go for it.
So I got spell slots to burn.
It's true indeed. This is your warlock.
For 21 extra force damage.
Which is enough just to obliterate it. It just burns away into the ground. Only 2 remain.
And I'll come up behind this guy. That's my turn.
Okay. Very nice. All right. Then it is now Desmond's turn, top of the round.
Okay. I'm gonna attack the one that Tack was shooting to try to deal with that one.
The top one.
Yeah, I'll still use my short sword on it. 26.
Hits. It takes 6 points of
13
piercing.
piercing.
Mhm.
Second one for 25. For 9, and then another
one.
shot for my crossbow.
Go for it.
19 to hit.
Hits.
For 12 piercing.
Just stabbing away at this really quite hard bark, but you are making dents and holes. Okay.
Cool. And I stay here.
V. The use of sound.
V will rush over to this one and hack away with her great sword.
Okay.
26 to hit for 8.
Very nice.
And a 17.
17 doesn't hit, but the first one does.
So 5 damage from graze on the second swing.
That would
So
bloody
8
this
and
thing.
5.
Okay, it's bloodied. Or I should say brittled. Yep, okay. That thing is damaged. Andrasa.
I'll shot that one.
Okay, go for it.
29.
That definitely hits.
9 force.
9 points of force damage. Very nice. Anything else?
That's it. Nope.
Okay. Carla.
I'm gonna steady aim shoot the bloodied one.
Go for it.
I go. 27 for 29 damage halved.
Okay, so that'd be 14 points of damage. It's nearly destroyed as it kind of stands there. All these holes now kind of embedded inside of it, but it's still standing. Attack.
Dang, these dudes are thicker than I thought they were.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, they're tough.
Yep. All right. Okay, we go again. Beep.
14 misses.
Beep. Nat 20 again.
That
Yes.
Hey.
What the shit?
Wow, that's a rough one. You hate
3
to see
points
it,
of
dude.
damage with a 2 and a 1. It's still standing as you just kind of
That's
hit it
that
true.
cantrip.
Off.
That's
Yeah.
that cantrip.
Every little
Can't
help.
I
kind of
just
stuff.
glare at it and make it die?
It doesn't look back. It doesn't notice. It didn't do enough.
What was that weapon? What was that spell Bree used to use on Basil that always rolled like dog
Conjure
shit?
hand X.
Or missed.
Yep, a special one.
So that was at the end. Question, sorry. Is
Yeah?
Echo Blast a cantrip?
Yes.
It is. It's Eldritch Blast, but
It looks like it's just
It's a different
rolling one. Shouldn't it be 2?
Well, because
No.
they shoot 2 beams.
Oh, get it.
So they
Yeah,
get
yeah.
a new
2
beam per
beams,
level.
so you just get 1d10
Yeah.
per beam.
Yeah, they get
You get
extra
more chances
rolls
of- yeah,
for those.
Got it.
It's strong on a warlock, that's why. Okay.
Yeah, when they have that thing that adds their charisma to it.
Right.
It's
Yeah, that
crazy.
makes it extra crazy.
all right. It's the Woodward is going to swing. Top one's going to swing once at V, once at Desmond. Top one's V. 24 does hit her for 13 points of force damage. The second one at Desmond, 9 does not hit. The bottom one's going to swing once at Desmond, once at Morgan. 21 to hit you, Desmond.
No.
And then at Morgan, 22 for 10 points of force damage as it swings forward and then back. That's their turns. Vandervol is going to do his manifest backhands. He'll do one against the top guy to begin with. 26 hits. 7 points of force damage is enough to kill it. He backhands that one. It collapses down dead. And then he's going to do the other one. 16 misses. He slaps one and goes, aha! Slaps the other that just kind of shields against it. He goes, oh, shit. Finish it. Come on, guys. More game.
Morgaine will finish it.
this man would have died without us.
Oh yeah. No, this is
100%.
he would have died so fast.
First hit for
Like first room dead.
24.
24 damage. Very nice.
Second hit would be 16,
Does not hit.
and then the
Oh, no, you mean,
no,
sorry,
20
yeah, as in
23 to hit for 16 damage.
16 damage. It's extremely hurt.
And then the hasted hit would be 25 to hit for 26 damage.
Do you want to describe how you kill the final Woodward?
Yeah, she just slices it 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and it falls apart in like 3 separate cleanly
Segments.
cut logs.
Nice, yeah.
Yeah.
To the ground. And as you guys do that, it ends the combat. Finish off the first one, and you'd hear kind of the almost this kind of fading in the background, and the door opens, allowing you to return back to the first room you guys were in. It kind of almost this moment of just like solace that returns you to that first room. I now roll to determine how well the other groups did. They will have their own pluses. So
They all died first
If one of
round.
them dies.
there's a chance. There's a chance they are. I've set DCs for each of the things.
Oh my god.
Okay. I won't tell you though what happens. Okay.
There's a chance that every group dies in the first round,
And we just
don't know. Like for the rest of the challenge.
As you pass into the next section, because the DCs also determine their speed as well. You pass into the next room, allowing you guys to see the other 2 rooms. You've got the Transmutation door and the Enchantment door.
Master Vanderwall.
Yes. Yes. One down, huh?
Yes, 1 down, 9 to go. Dear, have you ever... we've seen you... But when you have many fights in a row, there's a thing that you need to pay attention to. It's called resource management, dear.
Yes.
How many times can you cast a haste spell?
3 more
How many times can you do that? Okay. Remember, 9 more fights, dear. Right? Right.
Yes.
Which one next?
Dina's
Pick a
choice.
door, any door.
Transmutation's
while
always.
that's
I'm
happening-
always going to do that.
Carlisle's going to use a charge of triage on V
Mm-hmm.
because I think they lost like significant health in comparison. So they're going to heal
Pretty low.
for 30 HP.
Okay.
Nice.
How much are they at now, Sam?
95 out of 140, but I can use some hit dice also.
Yeah, I'm figuring we're going to have a short. I just wanted to heal them up in case there is
Yeah.
some bullshit in one of these next
Yeah.
rooms that's not technically supposed to be a fight that could hit them. So.
Yeah, sounds good.
Master Vanderwall, sorry, one other thing, dear. How are you
Yes.
feeling?
Absolutely fine. I mean, nervous, but that's 1
Absolutely
down.
fine.
I mean, look,
Truthfully.
you all took that thing down
Hey.
easily.
What
Literally
I'm
split.
saying is, right, so what I'm saying, dear, is there's enchantment and transmutation, right, next. And
Yes.
if you're good at transmutation, do you feel like you're better now than you will be after the next room, or do you think you should wait?
I'm good with either. I mean, you guys got this all handled. So, I mean, I just know that I'm good at transmutation shit.
All right, transmutation it is.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
All right. Stepping into the door.
We short resting before going in, or are we going straight
We
in?
short rest out every 3, right?
Mhm, every 3 is when you get the chance.
Okay.
You could
Yeah.
technically, no, it'd be,
I'm gonna awaken to my not awaken mine. Sorry, I'm gonna magical cunning and get that spell slot back.
okay.
So 1 minute spell.
When you step into the next room, you would notice that you're in kind of a drifting area. You realize that you're like on a floating island. In almost a series of islands are floating around. This great kind of like rocky like portions and layers of earth below you, but all these floating islands are kind of drifting past each other. And you're on one particular one that looks almost like it was torn from a piece of the material plane. It's a peculiar farmstead. There's a bunch of peculiar animals sat on there. And in the center of the island is a cottage. Its windows look as if glazed over with clouds. It makes them almost impossible to see through. You see a chimney atop that's pluming out a blue smoke, with almost the scent of something hallucinatory coming from it. The door at the front is designed to almost look like a rainbow in an arch, with hardened smoke replacing where the door should be. There's no clear handle. 2 steps lead up to the door itself, with a welcome mat that says, "Go away." On each step,
Feel that?
it has that kind of welcome mat. There's a tiny mouse hole appears on the left side of the house, very small, beside one of the steps. And in the front of the garden are a series of different animals. A mouse-sized cow sits atop the back of a cow-sized bloated mouse. The large mouse is feasting on grass that looks almost like strings of cheese than anything else as it feasts down on the ground. It's paying no attention to its surroundings. A horse is seemingly sleeping in one end of the garden on a bed of grass, its legs folded inward against itself, and kind of simply watches all of you onlookers as you approach. A fishbowl sits on the windowsill. The fish inside, though, looks like a goldfish, but with the head of an owl. It swims around in this small, very small, confined area. A goat hovers ever so slightly above the cobbled walkway toward the entrance, its hooves occasionally touching the ground, but floating just above it, a couple of inches. Atop a lamppost holding a lantern at the front of the house, a crow perches by it, and a dripping whitish silvery water comes from below its talons, dripping to the ground. And finally, sat on the doorstep, is a stubborn, smug-looking toad that looks almost identical to Richard. It sits there with a disdainful expression. You would hear the voice of Oromodo. Welcome to the lesson of transmutation. In this quaint area of the elemental plane of air. Ooh, spooky. I would be visiting, unbeknownst to me, one of the 4 exiled genies that would seal my legend eventually. And at this point in time, I was merely looking for answers to extend my life indefinitely. Transmutation was meant to hold the answers to that, and this so-called djinn was apparently quite good at it. Quite good indeed, though he wasn't fond of visitors. I needed to force an audience with him, get inside the house, but none of the magic around here seemed to work. I couldn't get inside. Word had it that there were 7 potions here, several that would ruin your day and, well, life, and one that could get you inside, but I saw no potions. Welcome to the challenge. His voice fades.
Okay, Carlisle looks over at Vanderbilt. Do your thing.
Size.
All right. So, transmutation, 7 potions here. I'm confused. I'm not too sure what to do. Well, I mean, I can tell you that smoke that's coming out of there. I've smoked that. That's a fey weed. It's kind of hallucinogen. Whoever's inside's clearly smoking that, so that's lovely. I'm very familiar with that stuff. That thing on the doorstep looks like the prick Richard I know. Otherwise, I mean, there's 7 animals.
Tack will cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And what animal is closest to us?
I would say, based on kind of where you guys are, probably the goat, the horse over to the left. It's kind of dealer's choice. They're all you're on like the end of a pathway and a small kind of garden. They're all just plonked right there in the front of it. So you're within 15 feet of every animal.
The goat's the one that's like kind of flying, but not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tack will look at the goat. Say, "Hi. Can I
Yes.
speak to you? Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Who lives in there?"
Well, of course, it would be. You just hear kind of a faded voice, like it doesn't say the name. Almost like you just heard whisper that's almost been deleted from history.
Right. Is there a way to get in there?
Yes. Drink one of us, and you get in.
Drink one of you. How would I do that?
Dispel the magic on one of us.
Okay, Tack will turn to everybody else and say what the goat said. I guess each of the animals is a different potion.
Oh, they've been
only
polymorphed.
One of them is gonna get us in there. Then, yeah, we gotta figure out which one of these animals is right potion.
Do you know? Back to the goat. Do you know what potion you are?
Yes.
Oh, look at that
Will
smile.
you tell me?
No.
Fuck off, dude. Come on.
Do you think there's a book or something around that says something like 2 boxes are true and 1 is...
I'm gonna touch the goat. I don't know if it has
1 is
thoughts
true.
since it's a potion bottle, but I'm gonna touch
this is
the
gonna
goat
be
and say,
wild. This is a weird rabbit hole.
"What potion are you?"
Yeah, I mean,
It's been polymorphed into something that
Yes.
thinks technically.
yeah, it's not the smartest of creatures. I mean, technically, yes, that's a good work.
This is great.
In its head, it's
This is great.
continuously saying, like, "Don't say levitation. Don't say levitation. Don't say levitation."
Okay, Tack will say to Indrasa, "You remember everything, right?
Yes,
This one's levitation.
got it.
Thank you," to the goat.
Does the goat look really fucking embarrassed?
What? No. It's just it tries to put 2s down on the ground. It keeps like flying up slightly.
So they're all just transmutation spells.
But we can
Nice.
also sort of
Clearly,
like potentially
Glean it from what
glean
they're
from
doing.
each one. Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
we could do that, or we could use the cheat move that we have.
Or we could
currently.
cheat.
Completely
That was
circumvents this,
funnier.
and I love that.
I mean, it's
We could
obvious
use
the
the
elephant
speed
and
that
mouse is in
I was
large
given.
reduce.
Right. Okay.
But let's ask just in case. What if it's fine?
Sure. Goes to horse. What was the horse doing?
It's lying down on the ground, kind of like legs
It's
and arms
pretending to
folded
sleep,
in,
wasn't it?
kind of resting. Yeah, it's almost like sleeping. Eyes are open, but it's like resting.
Okay. Crouches down. Hi. What potion are you? Touches horse.
The horse kind of looks up and goes, I won't tell you. You hear his head, don't say mold into stone. Don't say mold into stone.
Oh no!
Relays. Next animal.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Which one are you going towards now?
What animals are there? I don't
Do we
even
have the
remember.
list?
You got a mouse-sized
There's like a
cow.
goldfish, owl.
Yep.
Sam, you're muted. I love you so much.
There's a mouse-sized cow and a cow-sized mouse.
Yeah, Shayne said that's probably in
It's going to be in large reduce because
right?
that's a transmutation spell.
What? They've got the same spell cast on themselves?
Could be.
We'll approach.
Okay.
Say hi. Can you guys tell me what potion you are? Puts a finger on the mouse.
The kind of large bloated mouse says, no. Don't say enlarge. Don't say enlarge. Don't say enlarge.
Enlarge.
Fuck. And and goes back to eating its cheese.
And the elephant, is that
It's a mouse-sized cow on the
a
back. of it.
cow? Touches
Um,
cow.
Where'd
And
you
are
get
you reduce?
No. Yes.
Reduced. Who's next?
Yeah, goldfish. Look like with an
Goldfish.
owl's
With
head.
the owl head.
Yeah, that one's gonna be weird. You have to put your whole hand in that bowl.
Goldfish even going to
Yeah.
remember what it is?
Gross. It's got an owl head, so
It's
that
got
I
an
don't think it's a.
owl head.
I don't think it's a
The owl
goldfish. I think it's an
remember.
owl.
Puts hand in the water, cups fish. Sorry about this. What kind of potion are you?
weird elephant noise.
And then you hear, don't say polymorph. Don't say polymorph.
Polymorph. Thank you.
Got
God.
it. Enlarge, reduce, polymorph.
There's something on the,
and
on
let
like
it
A
a
go.
crow
Wizard.
is on the
Figure
lamppost.
out.
Yeah, there's a crow and there's like a frog.
Crow. Can I reach the crow?
You probably have to climb the lamppost if you want to give me a little athletics check.
Can we boost it?
Can I
Boost
instead?
check?
You
Can
missed
I?
it.
Instead, can I just say to the crow, "Can you come down here for a second?"
Right. No.
Try saying please.
Can you
Does the
please
drip
come down
still
here for
come
a
down and
second?
hit the ground? Right. No.
Got a
Be
peanut.
it dripping.
Yeah, the lamppost is dripping
dripping.
beneath it, like this whitish silvery liquid's hitting the ground below.
Okay.
Well, process of elimination. We could ask the frog.
Oh, reverse psychology. It's okay. We don't want to talk to you anyway.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
We're done with you.
Damn, really thought that one would get it.
Gosh, I can't believe it. That works on
Goes to the-
potions
goes
every
to the
time, you
frog.
guys.
Pack does not want to climb anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go to the frog.
Kind of looks up at you.
Hi.
What?
What potion are you?
You put your hand on
Touches
it.
frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear it goes. Trick them, disintegrate, trick them. Polymorph.
Are you sure?
Yes. No. Disintegrate.
It's not disintegrate?
No. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, well, thank you for being honest with us.
That's a scary frog.
Seems like a bit of a dick to me. Reminds me of someone back home, am I right?
You miss him, don't you?
No.
What does the cottage look like again?
It's a kind of like a standard like farmland cottage with clouded over windows. This hallucinatory kind of bluish hue coming over. Out of the chimney. The door at the front has a rainbow kind of arch and hardened smoke that blocks the door, no handle. 2 steps leading up to the door, both of them have welcome maps saying go away on them. There's a tiny little mouse hole that appears on the left side of the house below the steps. And then the garden's all in the front with the grass that's kind of cheesy and whatnot.
Walls are made of...
Looks like if we want to get in, we want to reduce through the mouse hole.
Are we ignoring the crow then?
Do the walls... I have one more question. Do the walls look like they
create water.
have a thing on them, or do they just look like normal wooden walls?
Just like wooden walls. The
Um,
outside person.
It can be creative, or it could also be control 2 different ones.
Mm.
Do all of us have to get in there, or just a person?
We don't know.
I feel like
Also, is the mouse hole have a sheen over it?
No.
I have 2 options. 1, Sestina can go through the mouse hole.
Yeah.
Actually, sorry, I have 3 options.
I think we do
2, Indrasa can go through the mouse hole. 3, anyone can go through the wall if I cast phase on them. Assuming that they're fine.
You could also just enlarge the house, right?
Yeah, I mean, or we could like do the thing. I was just saying that I have 3 options that are
I
cheating
think we
it, that are not doing
if we
the
send
thing.
Sestina in and it works, that saves us a spell slot. I
We
think
don't
we
gotta
try
cast a
it,
spell.
and at worst it takes 30 seconds.
Let's try
Master
it.
Vegetable, as a sort of master of transmutation, what do you
Yes.
think we should do?
Well, I would say perfectly fine that I think we've deduced that most of these creatures are in fact...
As he's talking, Sestina tries to swiggle through the mouse hole.
It is my expertise, and she goes in there, and I would say that this is an impenetrable house, very familiar to me. But to do so, we need to make sure we get the right potion to get through that door. Now, we could try and disintegrate. As Justina goes in, can you see through her eyes?
Yes.
You'd see there's a very tiny little lever inside of the mouse hole. It's about like a foot or 2 inside. You can see this very tiny little lever.
Boop.
As you do,
It's more of a squelchy sound when she does that, but
the hardened smoke on the door fades, and you see the room that you all came through prior.
Here we go.
Fantastic.
Passing the test of
Before-
transmutation.
Before we go through there, do we want any of these potions?
That's a good idea.
I was gonna say we flip off the
If
crow.
you polymorph
Throw a
potion
potion
even,
of
like-
disintegrate at someone as hard as you can.
Disintegrate, yeah.
Will that
Like-
do a disintegrate on them?
We have
You
to
have to
spend
drink
the
it.
spell magic to get it.
If you make someone drink a potion of disintegration in a fight, you grapple them, you make them drink it. Do they just explode?
They would take the disintegrate spell and damage from the inside out.
I think we should,
Okay.
guys. Listen, I think we should take the potion of disintegrate. I mean, like it might come up.
What level?
Glue
of
someone to the
spell
floor, make
is
them drink a potion of
6?
disintegrate.
spell magic?
Boom, bam.
Oh, dispel
Disintegrate is
magic.
huge.
It's disintegrate's level 6. Dispel magic is a level.
I know dispel magic. It's only 3.
You just
Yeah,
take
level
the
3.
frog. Yeah. We don't even have to dispel it right now. You just take the frog.
That's true. But
True.
none of these animals do anything that they're asked to do by us.
True.
They're very
Frog?
loyal.
Bag of holding. Grab. Boom.
If a
And
polymorphed
Isn't it
creature
huge?
dies, doesn't it just
Look
go
like
back
a
to
really
its
Oh yeah,
form?
we could just like bonk out the
It's
frog.
large,
If
but not
a
massive.
creature dies, it turns back into what it
Alright.
was.
Yeah, it'll
right?
turn back into what it was, right? So it would just turn
Oh.
back into its potion.
That's true.
Sorry about this, you deceptive frog.
You shoot it. You hit it. And I mean, you can roll to attack, but it doesn't really matter. It's only going to have pretty much 1 HP because it is, in fact, just a toad. Let me just double check.
Might have to roll. I think if you do additional damage, it carries over. In which case, you would then strike a potion of disintegration and die.
He wouldn't die.
Upon it exploding in your face.
Well, the potion has to be drank. We've established that.
There's no... Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the difference between the disintegration attack touching your face or your...
One's a bomb
throat?
and one's a drink. Is what the difference is.
Yeah, it's basically think of it like a Mentos and Coke kind of situation, but inside your body.
In real situation, me shooting a full force arrow into this frog is less so what would have happened as Carlisle gently putting this frog down clean.
Yeah,
to get
you
this
shoot it.
potion.
Just with
the potion.
use your boot, dude. Just step on it.
You fire into it.
Don't crush
You hit it. It strikes triggers, and then this potion, ting, 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 and you just see this kind of clear liquid potion on the ground.
You should just kill everyone, and then we'd have all the potions.
Carlisle shrugs. We should probably get a label on these though, so it makes
Sure, pulls out a piece of paper.
Yeah, like hold
Like
up
starts
the
writing
disintegrate one.
disintegrate, ties
All
it around the
right.
neck of the bottle.
It's actually like, yeah, let's slaughter
But
them
like
all then, I
quickly, because
suppose.
I'm sure, who knows how long they're taking to do it, but
I
tears
swear.
paper up into strips, writes down the rest of the names.
Yeah, we bonk all of them.
Except for the crow that we don't know what they are.
That one's probably the
And-
best.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
If we kill it, we can just identify it later and figure it out.
Shoot it. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, one by one, take them all
Kills
in.
them all.
All right,
We're just gonna kill all of these poor animals.
Disintegrate.
so you have a
enlarge,
potion of
reduce,
enlarge, a potion of
levitate.
reduce, levitate, yep, meld into stone, polymorph.
Into
Uh,
stone.
Which one have I missed?
Polymorph. Disintegrate, enlarge,
One we
reduce,
don't know.
levitate, meld into stone, polymorph. So it's the last
yes, and then an unknown one to you.
unknown. I just write question mark on that one.
Yeah, I got them all jotted down.
I'll give you when you shoot that one, Carl. Give
potion
me a perception check.
Okay. I'd love to.
Something will be
That's
revealed.
gonna be 23.
And also give me a sleight of hand to see if you catch the potion because it's going to fall from the top of a lamppost.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's right.
28.
Okay, yeah, you managed to catch it, and you also see that the metal lamppost beneath it was burnt away and melting.
Oh,
Oh.
acid something.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you have that potion as well. You gained 7 potions,
And skedaddle,
managed
I
to move
guess.
on.
Quick as we can.
Okay, I'm gonna roll to see if the others were successful in this one. This one's has a much lower DC. Okay. Yeah.
Someone died
I
here.
feel like that's a bad reaction, dude.
Someone stood under the acid shower, huh?
Yo, biffed it at the fucking mouse hole challenge, dude. Someone drinking the disintegrate potion. Someone's dead,
No.
dude.
You come out with the last door being the enchantment school.
Fuck, I can't wait to find out.
I think we can just
Bro.
do it. Just go straight in, right? We didn't really
Yeah.
spend
I don't
anything.
think we slow down at all.
Go.
I think this should be like Squid Game. And when we go into the like chill zone, we get an update on how many people are still
Oh yeah, it will be
alive.
after the 3. After the 3, you'll find out.
Fantastic, thank you.
You step into the final of the rooms, and kind of step into this last portion of it, where as you come into the kind of the less of enchantment, you'll see that you're in a hallway. It seems to be some sort of like college of magical learning. There's kind of portraits on the walls showing kind of various wizards and whatnot. There's kind of a whole like set of staircases leading down behind and whatnot. And there seems to be a restricted section because at the end of this hallway, 2 guards stand outside a gated area, a gated library. They stare curiously across the individual the group are inhabiting. You find yourselves all within the same body of Oromodo. You're within his actual frame.
Right.
And you're all sharing his mind. In this challenge, failure will come with psychic damage. The two guards are wearing crimson robes with silver trimming, and a symbol that looks like an open book with a tree branching across both pages. Indrus, I'll give you a chance to look at that. Yeah, give me a history check. This is magical history, so.
Do I get a +5 to it?
Yes, magic history.
And that. Sorry. History. Where are you? 27, and if I get the +5, that's 32.
You would have known about the school. This is a school that was destroyed during the Time of Stars. It was called Falinor. It was an elven school. They were very specific, only allowing elves in. Some half elves got in, like Oromodo, if they show any immense promise. It was destroyed during like the final wars of the Time of Stars, and so no more kind of school. Located fairly close to Chestal. You'd see. Looking through the eyes of Oromodo, you can see that he holds a book in his hand with a series of spells on it, all from the Enchantment School. I'll link you those spells, but the 20 spells are as follows. Animal Friendship, Bane, Charm Monster, Command, Dissonant Whispers, Dominate Beast, Friends, Gift of Gab, Hideous Laughter, Hold Person, Incite Greed, Mass Suggestion, Modify Memory, Motivational Speech, Otto's Irresistible Dance, Power Word Stun, Sleep, Suggestion, Vicious Mockery, and Zone of Truth. You would hear the voice of Oromodo kind of speaking to you guys. Welcome to the lesson of enchantment. In this challenge, you'll be taking on the role of, well, me. Yes. See, schools only teach you so much about wizardry. The best way to really learn is to speak to the masters, not the archmages, of course, but the creatures of power across our many worlds. Our school had a list of known ones and studies of them, along with locations in which they could be monitored and found. I wanted access to that list. I knew my actions would get me expelled, so to avoid certain death and annoying mage hunters, I chose to only play with the minds of the sentries in my way. I wasn't about to kill my way through them. Though you'll see a list of many spells, I only ended up using 6 of them to get me through. If you follow the story and pick the right ones in order, each time you fail, you get a little buzz in your head and have to restart. Good luck. Of those 20 spells, only 6 are used. You have to get them in the right order. Otherwise, you get sent back. You hear the story. Yeah, there you go. The story will be told to you beforehand. You'd hear the voice telling the story. Oromodo moves swiftly down the hall. The 2 sentries stationed at the gate attempted to prevent him from entry, but it would seem they both dozed off on the job. He took their keys and entered into their greater library. The librarian saw him immediately, warned by an alert spell at the door. She scolded him terribly as he wandered by her. He almost overheard the furious threats she was offering his way, but her tap dancing was simply too loud on the mahogany floor. At the end of the hallway, Oromodo got through the second gate and locked it behind him. The next section of the forbidden area was troubling. A tiger with giant saber teeth prowled this area, would only listen to its trainer's commands, who happened to be the librarian. No matter, with a couple of swishes of his hands, Oromodo made friends with the creature and told it telepathically to make sure no one follows, without killing anyone. A quivering assistant to the librarian was sorting books in the forbidding area, a little gnomish fellow. With far too little time and far too many books, Oromodo demanded to know where the records were kept of all known outer-planar creatures of repute. The gnome lied through his teeth. After a spell or two, Oromodo asked again. Satisfied with the answer, he climbed the ladder to one side and pulled out a record-keeping book. He glanced through each page, his mind memorizing it quickly before putting it back into place. He hopped down to the gnome and had one last conversation with him before a bunch of guards burst into the room. Pulling a shiny ruby from his pocket, Oromodo held it outward, and the guards no longer focused on him. Swiftly moving back through the other room, Taking a swipe from the now angered tiger, he fled from the area. Later, when questioned, the gnome would tell the headmaster that Oromodo entered the library to read a book on dragons. Funny that.
So, sleep, Otto's irresistible dance, animal friendship. I think suggestion, modify memory was done before the guards.
Right.
Or
And then I don't know what happened to the guards because that needs to be something with a read.
Insight Greed is the ruby one.
Animal friendship, yeah.
It's either suggestion or
maybe
friends.
It's either mass suggestion or
I think it might be
insight
friends because he
greed
was
for the rubies. For the ruby, though, right? Because it was multiple people, so it was either going to be mass suggestion or insight greed.
Insight greed makes sense. Suggestion because if it was friends, the gnome would have attacked when he came back down, right? And he didn't. The tiger attacked. Because of
and then modify.
Does modify memory go before insight greed? Because technically it was cast before he.
I don't know.
Like,
Can we hear that part again?
Which portion do you want to hear?
The
last part from like where the suggestion happened with the gnome onwards.
With far too little time and far too many books, Oromodo demanded to know where the records were kept of all known outer planar creatures of repute. The gnome lied through his teeth. After a spell, Oromodo asked again. Satisfied with the answer, he climbed the ladder to one side and pulled out a record-keeping book. He glanced through each page, his mind memorizing it quickly before putting it back into place. He hopped down to the gnome and had one last conversation with him before a bunch of guards burst into the room.
Yeah, one last conversation. I think he did modify memory before he did insight greed.
He also, I think, did its zone of truth.
Well, that
Stop
would
him from lying.
That would be 6, right? Or that would be 7.
Sleep,
zone of
dance, animal friendship. We thought, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, the first 3 are
Sleep, dance, animal friendship.
yes.
He specifically says he lied through his teeth. He cast a spell and then was satisfied with the answer, which is
Yeah.
zone of truth. to
I
me.
think Zone of Truth fits better.
Yeah, okay.
Then insight greed, then modify memory, or those last two reversed.
I think it's modify memory then insight greed because it says they talked again before the guards came in. Well, worst case,
know the first
we take
couple.
one psychic hit. But
Yeah.
I think it's modify before greed because he wouldn't have time to do it after the guards came in.
Yeah.
And begin the story.
Let's try it.
Oromodo moves swiftly down the hall. You see as his kind of legs rush down there. The 2 sentries stationed at the gate attempt to prevent him from entering. But it would seem they both dozed off on the job.
Sleep.
You see the hand kind of quiver over. Sleep goes across the 2 of them. They collapse. He leans down, he takes the keys, enters into the library, as it says. So far, so good. The librarian saw him immediately, warned by an alert spell at the door. She scolded him terribly as he wandered by her. He almost overheard the furious threats she was offering his way. But her tap dancing was simply too loud on the mahogany floor.
Irresistible dance.
Irresistible dance.
You see him cast it, you go past, and you can hear her screaming, how dare you! She's kind of dancing away on the ground. You can hear the tip-tap of the feet as he wanders by. At the end of the hallway, Oromodo got through the second gate and locked it behind him. The next section of the forbidden area was troubling. A tiger with giant saber teeth prowled this area and would only listen to its trainer's commands, who happened to be the librarian. No matter, with a couple of swishes of his hands, Oromodo made friends with the creature and told it telepathically to make sure no one follows without killing anyone.
Animal friendship.
As you cast Animal Friendship, each of you takes 16 points of psychic damage.
Oh, man.
And you get pulled right back to the beginning.
It's gotta be Charm Monster, not Animal Friendship.
It's a tiger, though, right?
Tiger or monster?
Yeah.
It's a giant tiger.
Oh.
I don't know. Isn't that just a big tiger? Dominate beast?
Can we?
Dominate
Well-
beastie?
Dominate Beast
Or-
is also one that would work.
Or command?
Yeah.
It would be Command.
It depends on the duration then. Concentration up to a minute. That makes more sense on why the tiger attacked after.
Right.
It's gotta be Dominate Beast.
Yeah, it's dominate beast then.
You replay through the story again and get to that
Start
point?
over.
Okay.
Yep.
You go through that point. You get to the point where it says, No matter, with a couple of switches of his hands, Oromodo made friends with the creature and told it telepathically to make sure no one follows without killing anyone.
Dominate beast.
You see him cast it, and the creature goes, bow on its head. Oromodo moves on.
Nice.
A quibbling assistant to the librarian was sorting books in the forbidden area, a little gnomish fellow. With far too little time and far too many books, Oromodo demanded to know where the records were kept of an all-known outer planar creatures of repute. The gnome lied through his teeth. After a spell, Oromodo asked again. Satisfied with the answer, he climbed the ladder to one side.
Zone of truth.
Zone of truth.
You see him cast it around it. Let me ask you again where to find it. And you see him kind of do it, and then he goes, over there. Oh no. And he kind of rushes off, gets the book. He glanced through each page, his mind memorizing it quickly before putting it back into place. He hopped down to the gnome and had one last conversation with him before a bunch of guards burst into the room.
Modify memory. Right?
He flicks through the mind of the gnome. You remember me? Looking for a book on dragons. Forget everything else. Suddenly the guards burst into the room. Pulling a shiny ruby from his pocket, Oromodo held it outward and the guards no longer focused on him.
Agreed.
Agreed.
So I agreed.
He does it. All the guards, hey! They stand around the circle looking at the gem as he slips out. Swiftly moving back through the other room, taking a swipe from the now angered tiger, he fled from the area. Later, when questioned, that gnome would tell the headmaster that Oromodo entered the library to read a book on dragons. Funny that. And as Oromodo steps forth, you can see the door opens, allowing you entry back into the main room. Your body's all kind of merging through as you beat the lesson of enchantment. Vanderbilt was like,
How much psychic damage did we take overall?
16 each.
16.
Yeah, 16. Which leads you back into the kind of the main room, allowing you to all rest up. You kind of get brought back over into the waiting room area. The matron in there, as it kind of goes and goes, you may rest in here for the hour.
I have a suggestion for our party in that I can cut a short rest down to 10 minutes.
All right.
For us and save us this first break.
That'd be good.
Get us a
Yep.
lead.
I'll do some hit dice.
So I'm going to choose up to 5 willing allies over the course of the next 10 minutes. I heal them. Each creature heals for that amount and gains the benefits of a short rest. So I'm going to do that for everyone else in the party other than Vandervol. Anyone that needs a short rest, essentially.
Bent.
Otherwise, I'll give myself a bonus as well. But
Nice.
Is there anyone here that hasn't used any resources or taken any damage other than the 16? Because I could just patch you up separately.
I've only taken 20 damage, and I've used no resources.
I only took the 16.
Yeah, same.
Okay. I'll toss it to all you guys. I've barely taken damage. I could fix myself up a lot easier than everyone else if you guys get hurt. So everyone will take a. Hang on, I'm just gonna double check. Okay, I'm gonna roll 2d8, and you guys are gonna heal that first, and then you can do a short rest as usual. I'll heal for 7, and then short rest like normal.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, take your short rests. During which time, Oromodo would come into the body and goes, well, congratulations for making it through the first part. Just a little word of warning. The favorite to win, Dirisha, has actually fallen faint from a little drink of, let's say, the wrong potion. Only 3 of you now remain in this race.
Oh my God, that's so embarrassing.
Good luck in the next section. The next 3 doors. Okay. And he fades back into the major. Vanna goes, Dirisha spent.
Right, you
Well, they
were most
must
worried
have
about
drank
her.
the disintegrate potion then.
Yes,
a
she
shame.
must have. Absolutely fantastic.
That's so sad.
That's great to
Was she
hear.
the one that you were scared
Most
of,
worried
or-
about. Yeah, I
fire
mean,
one,
the
right?
other 2 are more. They're capable. They're very good at their magics and whatnot. But she was always the one that was wanted it the most. Well, looks like we're one stage ahead. One less threat down. The toughest of the three is down. I mean, we still have to make it there, I suppose, but we can just chillax now.
There's no what is that? Chillax.
It's 2 words combined, transmuted. Chill and relax.
Transmuted.
Jesus Christ. Carlisle's gonna drink a normal potion
Nobody
of healing.
has ever said that. Chillax.
Well, I'm a great transmuter. All right.
Are you? Because I think it was Tack that did the most in that transmutation challenge, and then Sistina went through the door.
Well, I suppose so, but I'll say that it was a
and
combined
Carlisle
effort.
shot them all.
Yeah, I did do that.
Yes, but do you know what I've created?
In the
I've transmuted the 6 with Vandervar and created a perfect team.
no, but all,
Yeah. Got you there. And you know I'm right.
Well, Carlisle will finish up the 10 minutes of patching everyone up and then establish that we're ready to move on.
Okay.
We are ready to move on.
The door opens, allowing you to step through to the next 3 doors. The choices here: necromancy, conjuration, and abjuration.
I mean, I guess we could just start at necromancy, right?
Get it out of
Not
the
really
way.
much of a preference anymore, huh?
dead shit. Let's go.
Dead, stinky shit.
That stinky shit. You open up
Really
the door
not that bad.
to necromancy, and you're immediately met with the kind of the sight of a graveyard. And set up across the way are a series of undead lined opposite each other, almost like a chessboard. These undead at the front, zombies, then ghoulish creatures, and then kind of like stronger ones at the back on both sides. And across the way, you would see a young would-be lich sits behind it. He lends his arm down and goes, care for a game of graveyard quarrels? Come. That's where we'll leave it for tonight's episode, so we can dive into the next section of the lessons, starting with necromancy next episode once Bree and whatnot are back, which we can kind of dive into that. Congratulations, guys, on getting through the first of the 3 lessons, moving your way towards the top of Vanderval's little challenges.
And one of them biffed it.
And one of them, yeah, Direction, the favorite. They had the highest plus.
Biff.
Yeah, I rolled a net 1, so I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's good. And they had the highest plus, so they had the highest chance of catching up with you guys. The others are still in the running. It's just that they were definitely the toughest one. But hey, yeah, you've begun the trials, the lessons of Oromodo, pushing your way through to see where that all ends up and the secret of Oromodo. But thank you everyone for playing. We'll do some shout outs and kind of go around that way. Let's start off with you, OG, and we'll go around into the circle.
I'm okay.
You don't want to shout? You've become Tomato?
Okay.
Twitch.tv / OldLadyGamer.
Half our group now.
Yes!
Shayne.
Shayne, we gotta go hard now.
Yep.
Oh man. Hey everyone, I'm Shayne here. I recently finally was able to start playing Doom. Turns out I had the exact combination of parts in my computer that causes every issue possible. If you have a 40 series video card and a Ryzen CPU, the game just breaks constantly if you have the most recent drivers. So I had to find the ones that work most, but I finally got it working.
You're
so
working?
that's what I'm
Nice.
gonna start streaming. Yeah.
I
Sick.
also have cursed PC pieces if it makes you feel better.
Fun.
That's how it is.
Well, yeah, check out Shayne there. Bree couldn't make it. She was sick today, so please check her out when she feels better. Hopefully she gets back to writing Rain this week, so you can continue watching her do her story game. She's in a deep dive of Claire Obscura, I think, at the moment, so please go and give her a follow, give her a watch. Tomato.
Huh? Oh, I'm good.
Twitch.tv / Tomato.
Fist bump.
It's spreading, dude. It's spreading. San.
Twitch.tv / Strippin.
Yeah.
Not even looking.
It's
He's somewhere else right now, man.
Dude, I'm typing up a TLDR to Bree.
Well, that's very sweet of you. Thank you very much for doing that. Dodger.
What's up, gamers?
Yeah.
So excited that you watched
Holy
D&D
shit.
tonight. You better be following twitch.tv/JoeFudge for all of your D&D content. But as for me, you can find me at twitch.tv/Dexbonus. Dexbonus on pretty much everything, because that's unified branding, baby.
Nice.
SEO.
Yeah, that was good. That's more energy. That's energy for all of us. Hey, there's a Patreon.
Actually, I won't be here for the next couple of days, though, because I'm taking my immigration test.
Oh, okay,
man.
stressful. Okay, cool. Good luck on that. Yeah, dabbing it.
Joe, you should do some of these mock tests. They're so fucking stupid, dude.
Wait, really? Can you do them online?
Yeah, the test she has to do is so dumb, bro.
Oh, I want to see it now. That sounds hilarious.
They just think an English person wouldn't know. Just wouldn't
Oh,
know.
really?
I was
Yeah.
doing them with Benji and Dave, and they were both like, you could see them like flashing back to
school?
like secondary school.
Yeah.
And being like,
Oh,
I don't think we
man.
know this. Wait, do I know this?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, because they literally quiz you on English history and culture from the Stone Age to now.
Why would you?
Dude,
I don't understand why an immigrant would need to know that.
Like, it's just like,
Yeah.
which village in England has the most history dating back to the Stone Age? And just shit like that. And like one of them was like,
That's right. I don't know why you need to know that if you moved here.
Feels like
brainwashed. Where did the glass blowers emigrate from? And it was just Italy, which has
Yeah.
nothing to do with
I've
England.
never learned
It's
that.
It's so
That's
stupid.
amazing.
It's so dumb.
My favorite part was Sam was helping me study, and I didn't answer, and he was like, honey, it's not going to be that. It's English history. And I was like, no, honey, it's United Kingdom history. I have to know the difference between Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and England.
Dude, it's so dumb. It's so dumb.
So much. It's so much, dude.
That's so
yeah,
funny.
wish me luck.
That's so good. Yeah, that's amazing.
I get the point instantly.
Oh yeah, good luck. There's a Patreon if you want to see behind the scenes stuff, ! Patreon. Otherwise, more of the same, more D&D stuff coming up. We'll be doing the next 2 sessions will probably be the Vanderbilt stuff, maybe even bash out in 1 session. We'll see as of next week. But come on by next Sunday if you want to see episode 69 of Sunforged, which is the finishing of the lessons of Oromodo. It's not the secret. It's not the secret.
Finally.
You're finally here. But thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thanks for playing, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.